So, in the text chat in the Discord, there's a pinned comment that includes the link to the Roll20 for those that still need it, and I also
you just click launch game.
Yes, once you hit
That's
launch
what it is.
game, then I'll be able to give you guys access to a character sheet.
Is this the combo thing like last time, or are you avoiding jump gate for this one?
I've avoided jump gate for this one.
Fair enough.
I think the only reason why I did jump gate on that one was because she almost demanded.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, Bunny really wanted the
2024.
2024
Yes.
stuff, which I can't blame her for.
Okay.
Wait, Will, is this what the commission was for?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah! Okay, I'm glad I joined now. I'm really glad I joined now.
Yep.
I as soon as I saw Eden working on that, I'm like, man, I want to know more about this character.
Yeah. No, this
you
is
get
a
to
real
figure it out.
character I've worked on for many years.
Yes.
So it's fun playing them in a campaign which should hopefully last longer than like
Okay, there you go.
3 months.
And Jason is no longer
Let me
present.
First.
Oh
There we
my
go.
god.
Hello.
Yo.
Wearing a Union Jack branded
Yeah,
t-shirt.
it's a weird fish t-shirt. It's got anchovy in the UK. It's very funny.
There you go. Oh,
It's
instead of anarchy in the UK. That's good. That's good. I'll give props to that one. And then immediately under the Roll20 is a link to a Google Drive document folder that includes all of the available classes that I have gone through and I've vetted. So if you want to try one of them, feel free. 2 of them I made personally, the Ravager and the Showman. The Showman is a hybridization between a monk and a bard. Kind of like you use key points, but they're like spellcraft points. And they have the ability to mimic cantrips that are casted, which I think is a really interesting aspect. They're kind of like a cantrip-focused caster.
Fuck, I could swap that out for a cursing.
And the Ravager, which is... imagine that this individual had no class and instead was just really, really good at doing mundane things. That's the best way I can explain it.
As someone who has played a Ravager at one point, the best way that I could use to describe it is, alright, look, these guys all have magical powers and some bullshit. I'm gonna hit you with a sword like 5 fucking times over the course of a round. Alright? You can take your chances with them, but I'm gonna turn you into salsa. That is effectively my character. It's like, yeah, sure, crazy magic powers. You really want to fuck with the guy with a magic sword that could swing it 50 times?
Yep.
Okay.
I actually need a refresher on how Accursed even works.
Fell infiltrated. I think it's but I want my soul knives.
I will say too, if I need to, I can also like flex and be a different overall character. I'm not like married to the idea of playing this Accursed.
No, play it.
If we need, well, yeah, but if we need a support, you know how much I love to play support. Okay.
And to be fair, I don't think we know what Sleep is playing yet.
I was gonna say, yeah, we don't know what everyone's playing. I'm just pointing out that I can flex if we really find ourselves lacking.
If you guys...
Like knows what he's playing yet either.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if you guys want to kind of like discuss like your party makeup or what you guys are thinking about doing, that way we can possibly fill in some gaps. But I will just make mention of this. I am a very big proponent of the play what you want to play. Like, there's never going to be a situation where a full team of clerics doesn't work, or where a full team of fighters doesn't work. Like, you can... A lot of times the GM can fill in the gaps that the players are missing via magic items, NPCs. That is actually something that is really cool about this campaign in particular, is you can actually hire NPCs with a specific job class. So if you're missing a healer, you can hire a support. If you're missing a fighter, you can hire a battle master. Like,
Yeah.
they're not going to be anywhere near as potent, but you can do that.
Go get the job done.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I'll go first because it's the easiest. I'm playing Rogue. This is the first time I'm playing a Rogue in like an actual long form setting, so we'll see how the hell this goes. I'm either doing Soul Knife because it looks fun, or a homebrew subclass called the Foul Infiltrator, which basically lets me take on a demon form and makes my sneak attacks stronger.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah. I also get to learn. I also can speak the language of fiends.
That also being said, in terms of homebrew third party, like I said, the classes that I allow are already there. Anything official is allowed, and then just so you are aware, anything in Tal'Dorei Reborn is good, anything in the Beast World is good, and anything in Griffin's Saddlebag 1 or 2 is also good because I have the physical books and I've read through all of them. Anything else you have an idea for, just shoot me a link to it or shoot me a message to it, and I will see how I feel about it.
Weird, an all-camera game. For
All camera game, yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, I'm alright. It's
You're
you
amongst
turn it
friends.
around. I had to go find it though. I don't know where my camera is. In a box somewhere over there.
You're amongst friends. One big thing that you'll notice as a proponent that I really love doing as a GM is I want to make my players feel safe and I want my players to feel comfortable. Like, a lot of my games involve really heavy, like, narrative or really, like, in-depth roleplay with subverting expectations to kind of, like, put that through the throughput of the campaign. So I weave a lot of things together to just make sure that everyone is enjoying themselves.
Ah.
I probably also
You
talk
have
a bit
a-
about my characters.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. Yeah, because I'm fairly set on playing this.
Yeah.
So the character's name is Indrieli, who I've had a design for many a year. The whole idea of her is she is essentially Indle is a paladin, but is in sort of this. To be fair, I think most people actually here already know what's going on with her, with the whole idea of that she's got essentially influence from two gods,
Yes.
which changes her devotion, or the oath that she follows. So when she is following the goddess of the moon, Selûne, or Selene, I can't remember.
Selûne.
Which way.
Selûne.
Selûne,
It is Selûne.
yeah.
Selûne,
It's not Selene.
I think.
Yeah,
No,
Selene.
not Selûne.
Don't know why I'm saying Selene. I don't know why that came to mind. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Selûne, she's much more like focused on her, like she's on a redemption arc, but also a redemption paladin, and is much more sort of reserved when it comes to fighting. They would prefer to settle things in a much more reserved and non-combative way. But if it does come to it, it's making sure that no one that she is allied with is hurt. Is like her main focus. The other side is the rival god of Selûne, Shar, who is much more focused on a lot of chaos and other night. I think it's also just generally night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's
Darkness.
Yeah. She when she's under the influence of Shar, it's much more aggressive and much more. If there is a source of combat or a source of tension, she's probably the source in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
she has a big
is what
stick.
more.
She wants to use it.
Yes. Yeah. When she's under Selûne, the big stick is used to protect people. When she's under Shar, the big stick is used to make sure people, get hurt.
Actually, kind of funny that you mentioned that. One thing that I also do is something called Flaw for Feet, but I do let it be optional. So essentially, if you have ever played D&D before, specifically 5th edition before, they give you like a list of roleplay flaws that you can do when you're creating your background. I like that concept of giving you like a key point to be like, hey, this is how my character kind of is slightly flawed. But I am a very firm believer that a character that is flawed is significantly more interesting than a perfect character. So I give you a reward for getting a mechanical flaw, which means this could be something as simple as you're not good at speaking, so you have disadvantage on persuasion checks. It could go to the extreme of you don't get the benefits of long rests ever. And basically, depending on how detrimental it is, I give you either 1, 2, or 3 feats as compensation. So a 1 feat flaw, for instance, is something that is gonna come up occasionally, and when it does come up, it's kind of just like a little ding to you. It's not like super, debilitating, but it exists. A 2 feat flaw is something that'll come up constantly, but is a ding to you, or it comes up rarely, but it really hits hard. And a 3 feat flaw would be something that comes up constantly and hits hard. So severe and consistent, essentially. As an example for a 3 feat flaw, just as a for instance, was one of my characters, Vinya. Every time that you laid down for a long rest, I had to roll effectively multiple d20s, and as long as if one of them was below a certain DC, I had to pick a certain amount of things that I could get back on a long rest, such as not having a nightmare, recovering my spell slots, fully healing, not gaining exhaustion, recovering exhaustion, being able to do artificy things. A lot of fun stuff like that. So if you have an idea for a concept for a mechanical flaw, feel free to introduce it if we want to do that. I know 3 of you guys are okay with it, so Sleep, you're really the only one that...
I'm okay with pretty much anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, but yeah, if you have a concept for it, feel free to shoot it to me. This is not something that you have to do right away. But when you do figure out what it is and we work on the mechanics, then I'll justify whether it's a 1, 2, or a 3 feat flaw, and then we can pick up the feats as a result. Nice way to get a little bit of a boost.
One of my characters is an alcoholic.
Yes. Every time they drink, they have to make a wisdom save or continue to drink.
One of mine is affected by a beholder eye.
Yes. That was both of those were
That
2
was
feats,
fun.
actually.
No, alcoholic is 3.
Alcoholic is 3. Right, because
Yeah,
it is
you-
consistent, because yours wasn't
Yeah,
just
because-
like whenever you take a drink, it was whenever you're under stress you take a drink. So yeah.
Mine almost killed me.
I was there when it happened. That was like the
Oh,
first
yeah, that's
session.
right, you
That was
were.
like the first session I sat in on for the Friday game too. Was I sat in? It's like, fuck! I rolled the disintegration eye. Fuck! I'm at.
Certain
gonna-
health thresholds make me roll to see if I'm affected by a beholder eye ray effect. I got disintegrate when I got sneak attacked by a rogue.
He almost
Yo.
died like a year into the campaign.
I think the only reason he survived is because Eden spent their inspiration to force Kate to re-roll the disintegration.
Yep.
Because
And
Kate
even
decided
then,
to be
you
nice about it.
lived by like 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I survived by 1 HP. I just ran off and
That was-
healed.
That was the first time Jay spectated like in person too.
Oh.
That was a hell of a session.
Anyway,
What are you planning on doing, Oz?
Well, the initial idea was Frederick Amur, but since I went to go look for the Accursed and it's not in the dock right now, I started looking at other things.
Oh, okay.
Um,
It should be in the dock now.
I kept refreshing. It's not there yet. I think it's just taking time to update.
I can see it.
If the Accursed, you can see it. Maybe I should just close and reopen.
I was like, it should be there.
That's not the right tab at all. But I will say, if I don't end up doing the Accursed Warlock idea, Just Assure is catching my eye, actually. Or Just Assure?
Just Assure is also not available. You're looking at the wrong one.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong... Okay, where's
you have to be in the one that's called available homebrew.
It's a folder at the top of that one.
It's a folder at the top of that one. feel like I am
I'll share
definitely
your
looking
screen.
at the wrong thing.
Just stream it. Google.
There.
Oh fuck, there are 2 people in this chat that I call Google. Google gets
Hey,
Did you-
see me look over at you.
homebrew classes.
Yep, and then available homebrew top. Available homebrew
Oh my God.
classes. There you go. Those are the
Ah,
accessible ones.
sorry.
You're good.
I didn't see available homebrew. That's my bad.
You're
I
fine,
just saw
you're
homebrew.
You're fine, you're fine.
Okay.
So those are the ones that are
These are the
accessible.
ones that-
Yes.
Then yeah, the current idea is the Accursed Warlock.
Okay.
But I am not above swapping to something if we find ourselves lacking in a particular area.
Okay. And then I guess that leaves Sleep. What are you thinking about leaning towards, or what would you like to play? I
At
guess
this,
would be-
I'm pointing. I'm pointing at my other screens. I'm looking at the doctor from the homebrew.
Yes!
The surgeon.
Hell yeah,
Oh,
Doctor's awesome.
The Doctor is such an
that's-
interesting
that looks pretty
concept.
cool.
Especially the subclasses, because one of them is literally like you can harvest like
The
organs,
surgeon. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Yeah.
and like give them to people for benefits. It's freaking cool.
Yeah, that's where I'm leaning at the moment.
Okay.
As doctor.
100%. So we got an intelligence based, we got a charisma, or sorry, wisdom based in the form of a cleric. We have
We
dexterity.
don't have a cleric. Paladin.
Oh, it's paladin.
Will's
Will's
My
Yeah,
apologies. I
generally
thought you were doing
paladin.
paladin.
Oh.
Okay, I thought you were doing cleric.
Yeah.
So we have a charisma based
okay.
character there. We'll have charisma based for the warlock at least, and then whatever else you possibly decide to do if you want to.
I was gonna say honestly, if we need a wisdom, I do not mind playing a wisdom-based character. I love wisdom-based characters.
I mean, I could just go wisdom-based rogue.
Hmm.
Because rogue doesn't
Rogue
necessarily
is just dex.
need-
Yeah,
Rogue is
yeah.
just dex, but I can very easily make my secondary wisdom
Mhm.
instead of int, because I don't think Soul Knife specifically does anything with int.
I don't think so. I think Fell Intruder also specifically uses wisdom. I could be very wrong.
Let's go use int.
I was gonna say most
Nope.
of them are intelligence-based.
Yeah.
Not. It's really only Arcane Trickster that's intelligence based.
That's fair.
A rogue is generally recommended to go int secondary because checking for traps or whatever.
Right, investigation.
Well, you gain proficiency in religion, and you can speak with fiends.
Speak the languages of fiend.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing, Tans?
Oh,
Did you find what you were looking for?
Slowly walking away.
This class has nothing with wisdom or
Yeah.
intelligence either, so I can very easily just go wisdom based secondary. Either one of them, I could do wisdom.
Yes.
That.
yeah, I had that as well. So that's a meow.
Yeah. I am more than willing to play wisdom based rogue.
I think that'll also work really, really well for kind of what you're
Doing?
around there for you. Yeah.
Yeah, like having to keep a certain someone in check.
What do you mean?
So you do have a tank,
Injury
you got a
will be
healer,
fine.
you've got a scoundrel essentially, someone that can sneaky and do all the fun stuff, and then you have your spellcaster. So you guys are really, like, you guys have filled all the gaps there with that actually.
We have a party.
Funny enough, I was just going to say, and whatever the fuck I am.
Honestly, DPS, because like the accursed is like a hybrid tank DPS,
Yeah.
so you should be fine there.
I'm just I'm just really excited for later levels because I can just start throwing my spear and it just comes back to me no matter what I do.
Yes. Okay. So I guess next big thing. When I do stats, you can do either of the following. You can either do 3d6, re-rolling ones, and then what is it? As long as your total is over 70, you can keep it. If not, re-roll. You can do point buy to 72. You can do standard point array, or you can do my roll to 72, which is you roll 3d6 re-rolling ones for the first 5, and then your 6th one is the difference between all of your statistics and 72. Just to add up. So any of those roll variants are perfectly acceptable for me.
I'm gonna do the first one.
I was going to do the first one.
Go for
Yeah.
it.
I did not grasp an understanding of what you just said.
So rolling for stats.
Yeah.
So you can either roll 3d6 for each stat, and you can re-roll ones. And as long as it's
Okay.
70 or higher, you can keep it. Otherwise, you have to re-roll, just to try to keep everyone average. You can do...
That's the. Also, just clarify, that is the total after you roll the stats 6 times.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, as long as that equals at least 70, you can keep it. Otherwise, re-roll. You can do 72 point buy, which is you have 72 points. Put them where you want.
Gotcha.
You have standard point array, which is the 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15.
Yeah.
Or you can do my random roll, which is you roll 3d6 re-rolling ones for the first 5. And then your last one is adding up all 5 of the statistics and subtracting from 72. To get to 72, essentially. But you still get the random roll.
Gotcha.
So any of those I'm fine with. Additionally, just as another big thing, I'm perfectly okay with people rolling in person. I have absolutely no issues with that. The only time I will is if you get like 4 natural 20s in a row, I'm going to start questioning things.
Yeah.
I don't have a dice, so
Oh, okay.
won't be
Yeah,
able
That's
to
what
do
Roll
that.
There you
is
go.
there for.
Starting off strong with my stats, I got a 7.
I'm starting off strong with my stats. I rolled a 1.
Is there something can I like see what I'm looking at?
Yes.
So yeah,
As for like a character sheet or
Yeah.
your dice roll?
Just trying to get a visual understanding.
You should have access to... Let me find the character first real quick. Hekyo Yakur. Nope, that's
so top tab,
Oz's.
there's 3 options, and one of them looks like a book, and there's like a bunch of names, and one of those will be your character. We need to figure out who's whose, I think.
Disu Iglia.
That's mine.
Is it now?
No, that's mine.
What the
That's
fuck?
Raylan.
That is yellow. Why? Okay, hold on. Is it a Sega? No. Hold on. There you are. Ihus Liora? I don't know how to pronounce
Gotcha.
that name.
The bottom one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you click that, that'll bring you to the character sheet. You can either do the Character Mancer if you want to just use everything like straight from 5th edition official. It's all built into there, makes things easier. The only thing you'll have to do is do the custom class, which is actually really easy, honestly, because then you just import the class features as it's needed. Or you can do edit sheet directly and then just manually put everything in.
Gotcha. So Character Mancer will be the easiest, is what you're saying.
Character Mancer is literally like it kind of like is a guided walkthrough of like pick your class, pick your background, pick your race, or like all that fun stuff, just straight through.
It is slightly difficult to do with homebrew stuff, but
Yes.
it is doable.
Yes.
Because I believe it does have a section for
For custom
choosing your own
classes.
class.
Yes, it doesn't do custom races, which is dumb.
No, it does.
The
You
2024
have to like.
doesn't.
2024
We're not-
doesn't.
2024
We're not in
I know. 2024 doesn't do the custom race, but it does custom class, which is weird.
As I say, this one I know for a fact does do custom races.
Yeah, because it's weird because you can't do custom class in 2024 when you edit the sheet directly.
Yes.
That's so bizarre.
So you have to character mancer a custom class.
Yes.
Also, who wants to take a guess as to what my initial starting total of the 5 rolls is? 'Cause it's not great.
69.
No, it's less. Way less. Way less.
43.
I was gonna say 46.
You're 10 off.
33?
No, 56.
Okay.
So your last statistic is 24. So you will reduce it to 8, and then you'll
18.
have the
18.
Yeah, you're just
Not
Oh.
8.
hold on. 56
Man.
divided by 72. Sorry, 16.
I
Your
did
last statistic is
the
16.
Okay, that's a lot.
I did the manual stat that I'll just roll all 3 and reroll ones.
Yeah.
I got 71. So is that re-rolling or is
Nope,
that?
it's
no,
70
it's
or
about
higher,
70, isn't
so
it?
you're good.
70 or higher. So
Yeah.
cool. That's a fun
got-
set of stats.
I got 77.
There you go. So keep that.
Yep.
Yeah, this way it kind of like averages out to being anywhere from like 70 to 78 is usually what I see when
Yeah.
you do the 3d6 in order reroll ones.
And by the way, I am the reason why we reroll ones for that. Because the Thursday game, I rolled 8 stat lines. It was 60, 62, 65, 60, 60,
You got a-
65.
You got a 51 in there somewhere.
Yes, and a 51 in there somewhere. I
Mine-
rolled double ones like 4 fucking times in 4 separate stat distributions. It was dumb.
When we were doing that, right? Mine wasn't that bad, but mine was pretty bad. It started with like, I think it started with like 61, and then it just kept going down.
No.
It just kept going down until I finally got a decent stat line.
I will probably need help. I'm looking at this and I'm very confused.
No worries. I didn't realize you
you
hadn't
want
done
me
D&D as much.
Yeah.
That is A-okay.
No.
Do you want me to share my screen or something? Or
Nope, I can view your character sheet here. Okay.
Alright, so
We're starting at level 3, yes?
Yes, you guys are actually okay. So I will ask for perspective here, because I was under the assumption that we were all vets, and that's my bad. I didn't clarify that, so I will go in a little bit more detail then on some things here. Did we want to start at level 1 just so we can get a little bit of a easier ramp, or do we
Sure.
want to start at level 3 to have access to everything that would be present? Because if we start at level 1, that's effectively like you guys are going to be at the city, try to figure out some of the stuff that's going on, and then you're going to go on the expedition to the temple. If we start at level 3, you're already at the temple.
would I potentially request 2?
I'm okay with 2.
I was gonna say, 'cause that'll at least give me access to both subclasses and let me
Both
feel that
classes.
out.
Yeah.
Because both get subclasses at level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll do 1 if that's the general consensus. Like I am not picky at all. I just that is just a request if we can do.
I'm fine with whatever. Honestly, I'm fine with leaving it up to sleep. If
Yeah,
if- if-
I'm
Okay.
Yeah, I'm full with whatever.
Yeah.
I want to make
Yeah,
that
what'd you like to do?
completely clear. I'm full with whatever.
Do you feel like you want to start at level 1, or do you want to start at level 3, get a little bit of power behind your belt?
we can start at level 3.
No,
I don't think it'll take long before I start to get like
Okay.
an understanding of everything that's going on. I just haven't
Doctor
used
is also a relatively easy class.
Yes, which is nice.
Relative as far as homebrew goes, I should say it's an easy class as far as homebrew classes go.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have significantly. So I am streaming. If you want to look at that, I am
I
gonna
am.
have significantly more options than you do, just because I have purchased everything on Roll20. But first you choose your race. So there's a lot to choose from. I don't know if there's anything in particular that you're kind of like leaning towards. Tieflings are effectively like children of the devil. Beast races would be something like a tabaxi or which is effectively like a humanoid cat. There's humanoid lion is a leonin. There is a bugbear, which is essentially just like a really big furry troll, essentially. There's a lot of different options for races.
I know it's probably the boring answer, but can I go human just as like
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going
They have a
human
lot of-
too.
a adaptability over other things?
Yes, 100%.
So-
So let me grab.
Quingo, are you playing an elf? Or are you half elf?
No. No, I'm.
Right, you're that thing. Never mind. Right, never mind.
I'm
Never
keeping
mind.
that,
I'm not
keeping
gonna
that
say
quiet for now.
I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. I'm
I
playing an
like
elf.
Yes.
I like the point the ears that Eden gave because I love like the slight mystique it gives,
Yes.
which is perfect for what I'm going for.
So we have an elf and then
2 humans.
2
I'm
humans.
as far as you're concerned though, I'm human.
Yes. So
As far
an
as you're
elf and
concerned.
3 humans technically.
Yeah.
Okay.
An elf and 2 humans walking to a bow.
Next is your alignment. The easiest way to establish this is there are like 2 sections. So there is lawful, neutral, chaotic, and then good, neutral, evil. The lawful, neutral, chaotic is how you go about doing the thing, and good, neutral, evil is how you is what your actually like ultimate goal is. What style do you think that this character would be going for here, in terms of your alignment?
Probably chaotic neutral.
Chaotic neutral, yeah. So it goes about it in whatever way they want, but they're ultimately not either trying to save the world or hurt the world. Okay.
Yep.
Definitely understood. Language
Yes.
proficiencies. So you get an additional language proficiency depending on who you're thinking this character would be. Probably like, since you're a doctor, you know, having good access to medicine and things like that. Do you want to lean more into like elvish mysticism, or did you want to possibly lean into like maybe you got this from some of the dark continents kind of aspect of things? Maybe you're more in tune with the dwarves for their technological prowess.
Yeah, that would make sense. What would that language be called?
Dwarvish.
For the dwarves?
Yep, Dwarvish PHB.
I don't. Oh, there it is.
And then you get your sub race. So
PHB? I don't have that option.
PHB.
Are you editing stuff? Am I editing stuff?
I'm doing it on this, just so I'm giving you
Okay.
access to more of the options.
Okay.
So yeah, if you just want to look at the stream, I can do this for you,
Yep.
and then it should
Okay.
spit out your character sheet. So I'll just
Yeah.
basically walk you
Okay.
through this.
Yep, that would be helpful. Thank you.
So then you have your sub race. You can either choose the standard human, which gives you a +1 to every additional statistic at the end of your for your dice rolls for your character stats, or you can choose variant human, which gives you a additional feat. Feats are essentially like this
Yeah.
this larger branch of power. Essentially, it's like
Yeah.
you get excess stuff that most people don't. It's like essentially a class feature, but it's isolated. So do you want to have like a little bump to all of your statistics, or do you think you want to take another feat?
Pick another feat.
You want to pick another feat? Variant human.
Lead variant also gives you another skill proficiency.
Yes, it gives you another skill
Is it?
proficiency, and it also gives you 2 abilities to
Yeah.
to boost up. So we can
Yeah.
figure that out.
Yeah, variant human specifically only gives you 2 +1s to put in instead of the 3s.
In terms of strength, dex, con, int, whiz, charisma, I'll do this in the easiest way I know how with the tomato method.
Yes.
Strength is how hard you can throw a tomato. Dexterity is your ability to dodge a tomato thrown at you. Constitution is your your ability to not get sick from eating a rotten tomato. Intelligence is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put a tomato in a fruit-based salad. Charisma is your ability to sell a tomato-based fruit salad.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you get to put a +1 into 2 of these statistics.
Probably want to do intelligence and constitution.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
Constitution is also going to dictate like your ability to stay alive.
Alive.
It's your hit points, but it's also like your ability to breathe underwater, for instance, goes off of your Constitution. Your resistance to poison that goes off of Constitution. stuff like that. Your exhaustion levels also, like being able to go days on end without sleeping. So I'm already kind
As
of
the
seeing.
doctor with a surgeon, I've probably done some experiments on myself. That would
100%, yeah. Okay.
Hello?
It's just reminding me of the subclass of the inventor where you can just stick shit to yourself.
Yeah.
I love the inventor so much.
Okay. Um, Next, you get to pick a skill proficiency. If you're proficient in something, you add a number to the end of your roll equal to it's comparable to your player level.
yeah.
So you get to pick one additional skill proficiency. You have acrobatics, animal handling, arcana, athletics, deception, history, insight, intimidation, investigation, medicine, nature, perception, performance, persuasion, religion, sleight of hand, stealth, and survival.
Medicine.
I feel that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think the doctor gets medicine, which I think is going to give you expertise.
They give you
okay.
medicine, they give you
Maybe I-
expertise, and you can use your intelligence for it.
Noted.
Gotcha.
So choose something other than medicine then.
Yeah. That's
Investigation, sleight of hand.
of hand. Yeah.
Yeah. So sleight of hand is your ability to essentially keep your hands steady, but it's also like your ability to slip things without being noticed. So like to pickpocket someone, that is sleight of hand. To pick a lock, that is sleight of hand. But also like let's say you're trying to carve like a really delicate statue, right? That would also be sleight of hand.
Okay.
100%. I like that. Okay. Next, we choose class. And I'm going to pick custom, just to help you out here. Custom class is a doctor. Let me move my phone so that doesn't blow out your eardrums. And then I need to go to the doctor. Because I believe their hit dice is... Yes, their hit dice is a d8. And they have int and constitution saving throws. That's awesome.
Eating my Bill's Tostitos?
What's up?
You're eating my Bill's Tostitos.
You literally said I could.
I know. But I want them.
I just sent Ray a message like, how the fuck is store brand salsa actually good in this state?
Because it's tops.
Well, not only that, but there's food regulation in this state compared to Ohio, where there's not.
That's also fair.
Moving here has made me realize just how subpar the quality of food is, just in Ohio in general.
So you're proficient with all simple weapons and hand crossbows.
Hello. He's asleep.
You are proficient with light armor and medium armor. And you are proficient with alchemy kit and herbalism kit. So alchemist supplies and herbalism kit. And then your skills, you get medicine, which is great.
And I choose 2 from history, insight, investigation, perception, and sleight of hand.
Correct, and you already have sleight of hand. So choose 2 between history, insight, investigation, and perception. So history is like your recollection or knowledge of past times. Insight is your ability to like read body language or like try to get an idea for like the hidden meanings of certain peoples. Investigation is your ability to perceive something, to locate something that would otherwise be hidden. Perception is your just kind of general awareness.
Probably insight and perception.
Insight and perception, okay.
It's just, 2.
Mm-hmm. I get that. There we go. Got a lot of additional skills. That's a skill monkey class. I love it.
Oh yeah, Doc is totally skill monkey.
I'm so used to hearing Doc be referred to as fucking Luke
Mm-hmm.
from the fucking Wednesday. I'm so used to seeing. I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, I guess Luke is a bit of a skill monkey.
That does remind. I'm really gonna have to like try and fucking bash that one into my head to not call your character Doc all the time because I'm so used.
He might call
I
himself
don't
Doc.
want to have 3 total characters that. I mean,
Yeah.
like if you choose the name Doc for yourself, then yes, then fine, whatever, that's totally fine. But I'm just saying, like specifically, if you don't go with Doc, I got to remind myself to not do that because I already have 2 characters I do that with. I do not want to confuse all 3 of you.
First aid. And the formatting on this is unfortunately going to be a little wonky, but you can go in and manually edit that afterwards.
Gotcha.
You do
The downfall of converting to a PDF.
Yes, you do have a spellcasting ability, but you do not have any cantrips or spells. So technically, you do not have a spellcasting ability then. Okay, the way that
I think it's a subclass thing.
Yeah, the way that it's worded is weird. Okay, move on to next. This is your abilities. So what method did you want to do for that? Did you want to do standard array? Did you want to roll? Did you want to do point by?
Standard array.
You want to just do standard array? Makes things nice and easy. So here's your statistics. Just go ahead and pick a number for each one of them.
You can only pick one of the numbers, I assume.
Correct, for each one, yes.
Probably 15 in Constitution,
Ooh,
14 in Intelligence,
okay.
13 in Wisdom,
Okay,
12 in Dexterity,
okay.
10 in Strength, and 8 in Charisma.
Okay.
All right.
I like that. That's a really... You got a healthy doctor here, guys. I'm already kind of seeing what you're like leaning into for like your narrative there, of like I've experimented a lot on myself, so you don't have to, and I love that.
This is good. I have a feeling my character's probably going to get the shit kicked out of them on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
This is good. I'll be the one that's doing the shit kicking.
I
I got kicked into a spectacle. Let's go.
Depending on the day, Intrelli will either try and stop you from having the shit kicked out of you, or will be kicking the shit out of everything else around you.
I just mean, like, when it comes to combat, I guarantee you, this character's going to be fucking reckless.
She's either gonna be Bakio sipping the wine or Bakio joining in and kicking the random guy.
Yeah. But that is a pretty good description of Intrelli, actually.
That's really good.
Blue. Yeah, you sleepy guy over there. Yeah.
These are the options that you have for background. These will give you an additional skill proficiency, and they'll also give you.
We don't get to see the drop down.
Oh, it doesn't show the drop down?
No, you gotta show your screen for that. Because it technically shows up in a new window. Drop-down menus are technically a new window
I can definitely
for
do
the
that.
purposes of streaming screens. It's
There
very
you
weird.
go. Good.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. There's a lot of them. I apologize. But anything PHB is kind of the ones that you want to be looking at here. So there's Acolyte, which, self-explanatory. This is essentially just what you did before you became an adventurer. It kind of gives you an extra feat. It gives you an extra skill proficiency to kind of like lean you into what it is.
Obviously, since there's a lot, is there any that you would know that would fall into the direction that I'm going?
I'm thinking. So there's Charlatan. There is.
I could see Hermit.
Criminal. I could see Hermit.
Hermit,
Entertainer.
Haunted One would be good, depending on like how people thought of your practice when you were doing it. Haunted One could be good.
So Hermit gives you medicine and religion.
When you get a I don't know if they did it in they do it in the character mancer. They have clarified this. If you get a skill proficiency from your background that you already get from your class that have already taken, you are allowed to replace it.
Correct. So you could just get a different one if you wish.
So you can get a free skill in religion there effectively.
And it also gives you herbalism kit, which you're already proficient in.
Yes,
So
which I believe will give you another tool proficiency.
So what I also do, if two things overlap, I give you expertise instead. Expertise means you add double your bonus from proficiency.
Yeah,
Okay, that
that's
sounds
it.
good.
Yeah.
So a hermit is you lived in seclusion, either in a sheltered community such as a monastery, or entirely alone for the formative part of your life. In your time apart from the clamor of society, you found quiet, solitude, and perhaps some of the answers that you were looking for. So that is a hermit.
I could see Outlander.
Outlander was another one that I was leaning towards.
I like that.
Let me look here.
In the chat, I sent a link to a Wikidot of all things 5e. It does have all of the backgrounds in a section
Mhm.
of the official backgrounds if you wanted to.
There is also noble. This could necessarily be that maybe you weren't yourself a noble, but you were a doctor for a noble family. Could be
Yeah,
kind of an
you know,
interesting aspect. There is pirate.
Yo-ho.
There is sage. This means like you studied essentially
Someone
with
say
like
pirate.
additional magic and other things like that. But maybe instead of going for this, you instead kind of picked up and leaned more towards the alchemical side of magic, right? So you could have that like aspect there. So you scoured manuscripts, studied scrolls, listened to the greatest experts on the subject that interests you. Your efforts have made you a master in your field of study. This gives you proficiency in Arcana and History, which I believe you don't have either, which is great. And it also gives you 2 more languages as well. So like you're very book smart, very learned.
Okay, that's pretty neat. What was the other? I already know Common and Dwarven.
There's a lot.
Sage sounds good.
There was a lot of
there
languages.
Do I have to pick the languages right now, or can we like?
Yeah, you can pick them up as you get more familiar with things.
Gotcha.
So
Can we go?
I guess a good question to ask would be, what are the common languages in the area we're going to?
That was my follow-up. This is gonna
Yeah.
be.
so the common languages are
Common, obviously.
yes. So Common, Dwarvish, Infernal is going to be really freaking important because
Okay.
this.
Well,
this
what does
is-
everyone else in the party speak? Does anyone else speak other languages?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I was gonna say I'm probably.
Does
I don't
anyone
know
not
yet.
speak Common? Like, are we gonna have like
Every-
this
everyone
awkward?
speaks
Common.
Okay.
Common is the
Everyone's
Every race automatically gets common, and then it's other languages.
Okay.
Because I'm an elf, I have common and elvish. So I have elvish.
Picking up
You were
Celestial
talking
as
about
well.
hindrances.
Mm-hmm.
Can one of my hindrances be that I am like cursed to not be able to speak Common?
That would be a fucking flaw.
Oh man.
That'd be a 2 feet flaw.
2 feet.
Does
Oh.
anyone else speak another language that I could speak so that we could still communicate? But
I have Elvish.
It has Elvish, so you would need to pick up Elvish. You know Dwarvish.
So I
Yep.
have Celestial, and I can pick up another one depending on the background I pick up.
So Infernal is going to be really, really big because there's tieflings aplenty. Like the city that you're eventually rooming in is 80% tiefling, and
Okay.
their common tongue is Infernal because they're being.
then if I pick Infernal and Elvish as my 2 sage languages,
So the downside about picking Infernal would mean that that's kind of circumnavigating the flaw itself.
oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
But you could definitely pick Elvish and you could pick Celestial.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I'm assuming
Elvish and Celestial.
As you know Dwarvish.
I'm not sure yet because there are certain things that I need to run by you first before I choose a lot of this.
Okay,
Because I need to know more about the setting.
I understand.
So,
We're in
I guess-
Forgotten Realms.
But
Also,
yeah.
I guess another question to follow with that: would the flaw be, or this curse be like, you can still like understand the language, or is it just no comprehension of
He
common
has
whatsoever?
No comprehension of common.
Comprehension. Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah.
excellent. Love
So
that.
the methodology that I'm thinking here, because you've already studied a lot of things, like you've slowly had to transcribe everything over. So maybe
Yep.
you were actually like a level 17 doctor at some point, but suddenly you just lost all of your information because you did an experiment on yourself and you lost the ability to read common. So now you've had to
Gotcha.
translate everything that you've written over the past like 10, 20 years.
It's really good, actually.
You stand yourself up back up after a surgery. Oh no, my cerebellum. What have I done?
Gee, I forgot how to read.
What is
It's like,
that
when
squiggle
it's,
mean?
it's like those stories of like when people hit their heads way too hard that they just start speaking Spanish.
Yes.
They've like, never spoke like a wick of Spanish in their life before, and then all of a
Yes.
sudden they can't speak
I
English. And
forgot
they're
that's a thing that actually happens.
That is the
Yes.
thing that actually happens, and automatically the way that you circumnavigate it, if you can't get medical attention, is to smack your head again.
Yes.
Excellent.
Like,
¿Por qué no las dos?
Okay, so you have a lot of skill proficiencies.
I'm gonna say,
Oh my god. That's fucking terrifying. Okay, so you have Elvish, Dwarvish. I'm gonna strike common from your thing after we're done
Yep.
with this. I will actually say, in lieu of common, I'll give you another one as well.
Okay.
So I'll let you be able to pick whatever the heck Oz's other language will be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just so
Okay.
that way you can communicate with everyone. Okay.
it's gonna be really funny because you're gonna have to say it to them,
Yeah.
and only they will get to understand it unless we all share the
Yep.
language.
Yep.
As an additional
Good.
bit, I'm also gonna say that no amount of magic will let him learn common.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So tongues won't work.
So even if I cast
communicate.
comprehend language
Yep.
on him.
Additionally, speak with dead. If they speak in common, he won't be able to hear it, won't be able to understand it. Message spoken in common, he won't be able to understand. Nothing.
This is gonna be funny.
Okay.
That's really funny.
So that's a
I
that's a
love
2
this.
feet flaw because that's going to be constant, but it's kind of like a little bit of a ding. Because they're way to circumnavigate it.
Speaking of flaws, I know this is gonna be a throwback for you, Kate. Brielle
Yes.
had the honorable flaw where she could not take opportunity attacks.
Yes,
How many feats was that?
that was one.
That
Because
was
it's
a
not
one.
going to show up much, and it's not really that debilitating.
That's fair.
Um,
I couldn't remember if it was a 1 or 2. I was pretty sure it was a 1, but I'm
Yes,
considering
absolutely no worries.
buffing honor. How would we buff that flaw into a 2? I guess nerf.
You
That
wouldn't-
flaw?
you into a 2. You wouldn't be able to take turns outside of your own. No reactions, no ability to do anything outside of your own turn. That's how I would do it.
So I couldn't even uncanny dodge.
Correct.
Oh.
Effectively honorable. Like, it's my turn. I'm doing the things. Oh, it's your turn? Okay, I'll let you go.
Oh, this good gentleman has dropped his sword. Let me go pick it up for him.
No dirty fighting.
All I've got is the fucking Dragon Ball Z Bridge. There's a bit where, at the very early episodes, where Krillin is just getting attacked by Nappa and screams, "My turn! My turn! My turn!"
It's his turn, Vegeta. I have to wait for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So every background also comes with like a little added bonus, which I think is really cool. It's not even just like, oh, I can do this. This is law. Like, this is just something that you innately have the capability to do. So researcher, if you attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, if you do not know that information, you often know where and from whom you can obtain it. So there's no more, oh, go ahead and roll like a perception check to try to like look around the city and see like who you can get. Like, no, you just have an understanding of this information will probably be found at a library. I'll go to the library. Or
Okay.
this
So what
information
happens
will
when
be
I
found at
ask
this
researcher how I can learn common?
information. You can't.
Okay.
So
So is there something I have to choose here for specialty?
Yes, so this is kind of more roleplay aspects of it. These you don't have to abide by, but this is just guidance to roleplay. So your specialty, you have alchemist, astrologer, dedicated academic, librarian, professor, researcher, wizard's apprentice, or scribe. This is like your area of expertise that you've studied.
Dedicated alchemic sound or researcher. What does it do? Like, what does it change? Is it just like
just your narrative? So that
Exactly.
this is all roleplay features from here on out.
I'd go with researcher then.
Okay. So you're just really, really good at researching things that probably
Yep.
shouldn't have seen the light of day. Okay. Next, you have your personality traits. These are just kind of ideals that your character kind of innately has. Again, these are more for roleplay. You do not have to stick to these if you have something that's better.
Okay.
So, I use polysyllabic words that convey the impression of great erudition.
In all the different language except common.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've read every book in the world's greatest libraries, or I like to boast that I have. I'm used to helping out those who aren't as smart as I am, and I patiently explain anything and everything to others. There is nothing I like more than a good mystery. I'm willing to listen to every side of an argument before I make my own judgment. I speak slowly when talking to
It
idiots.
seems really appropriate for me.
Which
'Cause
almost everyone is compared to me. I am
horribly awkward in
horribly
social
awkward in
situations. That
social
yep, that
situations.
one's the one. That's
And then I am convinced that people are always trying to steal
Oh,
my
yeah.
secrets.
I'm convinced that people are always trying to steal my secrets is great as well.
Okay. Next is your ideal. This is kind of like your overall encompassing like mentality or your goal. So there is knowledge, beauty, logic, no limits, power, self-improvement. This is kind of goes with your alignment as well, but you don't have to follow it entirely.
Probably knowledge, Newt.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge.
The path to power is self-improvement is through knowledge. That's the one you want?
No limit.
No,
No
limits.
limits. Yeah.
Nothing should fetter the infinite possibility inherent of all existence. Okay.
Yep.
Bond, this is the thing that you will not skimp on. This is like what makes you human, what makes you like this is essentially your vice, for lack of a better word. So it is my duty to protect my students. I have an ancient text that holds terrible secrets that must not fall into the wrong hands. I work to preserve a library, university, scriptorium, or monastery. My life's work is a series of tomes related to specific field lore. I've been researching my whole life for the answer to
I think
several questions.
my life's work is a series of tomes. Can I have a series of tomes that are all in common from
Yes.
my previous work?
Yes, and you're slowly learning to get them over. Yeah. I love that. And then your flaw. This is the narrative or the roleplay aspect of you that makes your character interesting. So I'm easily distracted by the promise of information. My people scream and run when they see a demon. I stop and take notes. Unlocking an ancient mystery is worth the price of a civilization. I overlook obvious solutions in favor of complicated ones. I speak without really thinking of my words.
I
In-
overlook obvious solutions in favor of complicated ones.
Okay. And
You've
then
broken your
also-
arm? I'm gonna have to cut your arm off and give you a new one.
God, so we're just going to 1800s on this shit. Oh, you gotta your foot feel you stubbed your toe. Amputate the knee.
Doctor,
Oh my
I've been
God.
shot in the leg. What do you prescribe? Well, obviously, obviously an amputation with no anesthesia.
Well, clearly we're gonna have to amputate you right at the waist. You will now become a paraplegic. But I only got shot in one leg. Chop.
Did I fucking stutter?
Did you know the shots can transfer from one leg to another? You had to be careful.
In
Yes.
fact, now that I'm thinking about it,
Get over it now.
now that I'm thinking about it, we will actually have to cut your right hand off as well.
Yeah,
Because
there's a
it can
little
go up the
shrapnel
same
in your
side of your
hand.
thumb. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to 5e because this is just gonna be easier to explain the feats rather than going through the sub list of like 40
I,
different homebrews that I have.
I posted that in the chat,
Mhm.
so you can do along with it too. All the way at the
Yeah.
bottom.
I was looking through some of it, but
Yes.
Yeah.
So there are your feats. Any of them apart from Dragonlance, Strixhaven, and Planescape are allowed. Because those are specifically dedicated to those campaign settings.
Yeah.
So if any of them just from name alone kind of interests you, let me know and I'll explain a little bit more. But you get to pick one of these.
practiced expert.
Practiced Expert. I actually don't know that one off the top of my head. Hold on. Where is practiced expert?
You've honed your proficiency with a particular skill or tool. It was interesting. Are we looking at different pages?
Possibly.
Oh.
I'm trying to find.
The second. No, it's not there.
Did it send a fucking 2024?
It might be.
No,
it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't
It's-
be. It
it's
should
the-
be.
It's the same link I've got open at the moment.
Hold on.
What was the name of the feat?
Yeah.
Practiced expert.
Practice expert. There's a different section.
Oh, it's on the Unearthed Arcana.
It was an
got
OCAV
you.
UA. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So should I go and look
that
at the published feats?
Yeah.
Yes. That's interesting. Yeah, mine doesn't even say, like, Unearthed Arcana is just non-existent for mine.
It's all the way at the very bottom. It's every bit of Unearthed Arcana that hasn't been used.
Gotcha.
So there's
okay.
a bunch of feats down
Yeah.
there at the very bottom.
Yeah. Yes, you're looking at published feats. Okay. That explains things a little bit more now.
If I went with skill, what would be my options with
Not very many. You have
Yeah.
almost all of them.
Okay.
I know that you're missing a few though.
Actually, can I go with tough? What does tough do? I haven't clicked on it yet. I just
So-
saw that it.
Tough gives you an additional 2 hit
Max-
points per level.
I'm going to become a tank.
Not necessarily a bad thing.
We're just choosing one feat, right?
Mm-hmm. You just got one for now.
Let's go with resilient.
That's a fun one. Where is it? There it is. So resilient gives you proficiency in a saving throw. So saving throws are essentially like your ability to resist things that are like,
Problems.
focused on that. Yeah. So like a dexterity saving throw, for instance, is to like avoid falling debris. A constitution saving throw would be like, oh, I consumed a poisoned drink. I need to resist that. An
Alcohol.
intelligence saving throw would be someone who's trying to probe into your mind and you have to resist, like, push them out. So you already have proficiency in intelligence and constitution. What is the other one that you would like?
Wisdom, I guess, would be probably my next best.
Yeah, wisdom
Wisdom
saving
would be
throws
a good one.
are really, really good about, like, fear or being controlled, stuff like that.
A lot of non-damaging debuffing
use
spells on wisdom.
Wisdom to like reassure the hypothetical person that I'm cutting their leg off that they're gonna be okay.
That would be more charisma, I
That'd be more
think.
persuasion. Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
That is very funny, though. What a fucking
then-
combination of characters we have here.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be so funny.
And the last little bit is just your own personal bio. So, do you have a name for the character?
I think it's hilarious how how the only sane person in this party is going to be the rogue.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god, you're right. Hang on, you're actually right.
Yeah,
Oh
I am the only sane person in this party.
So we
Normally-
have person driven insane by cursed weapon, person driven insane by their own self-surgery, and person driven insane by two gods fighting over them. Oh boy.
And I'm just here.
And ironically, no one is going to listen to you because you're an elf.
I know.
Oh my god, this is so good.
Oh my god, I get to feel what the tieflings feel like.
Can I leave the
So-
name blank at the moment? Come up with a name later.
Yeah,
Perfectly fine.
I can't.
there you go.
This part. Yeah. 'Cause Off the top of my head, I'll just be sitting here changing my mind every 5 seconds.
But
So,
I feel it,
Yo,
dude. I
do the
feel it.
same.
and now
I am
here's the fun part.
bouncy right now. Oh god.
There is your character sheet.
All
It
right.
just, it literally just spits everything out for you.
If it makes you feel any better, the backlog of characters that I was talking about earlier, like 99% of them are unnamed.
Yes.
I just put like cleric and then the race, or like just generally what the vibe of the character is. I did not name them.
And then additionally, you do start with 2 simple weapons, a hand crossbow with 20 bolts, and either a scholar's pack or a diplomat's pack. So simple weapons would be like a dagger, a short sword,
No, not short sword. Short swords are martial.
Yeah,
long
short
sword.
swords are martial.
Those
No.
are also martial.
Every sword is a martial weapon. There is no simple weapon that is a sword. I know
disagree.
this.
Down.
I know this because the only reason Lupin even gets a sword is because you allowed him to be proficient in it, because it's a silvered sword that was gifted to him by a god.
That is dumb. Okay.
It is that exact reason that you allowed Lupin to have a sword. So if he
Yes.
were to pick up any other sword, he couldn't use it.
Yes. Okay. So, but you get access to 2 of these weapons, so either a simple melee weapon or a simple ranged weapon. And you're also going to get a hand crossbow with 20 bolts.
Could I have the double-bladed scimitar?
Technically, you are an elf, so yes, you do have the capability to get that.
Could I
you-
then also take the Revenant Blade feat?
I was about to say you'd need the feat in order to get the proficiency in it, but yes,
I would also need the feat so I could actually use sneak attack with it, so that I could use finesse.
correct. But yes,
I know this isn't a simple weapon. Is there like a saw as a weapon later on?
mechanically we can flavor.
Yeah.
One of them is a saw.
I could very much see
Hand
axe.
a hand axe being flavored as a saw, or a dagger,
yeah.
or a sickle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could see any of those being flavored as a saw.
Would you ever throw
I go
your
with that.
saw?
Probably not.
Okay, so the
Then
hand axe
probably sickle.
not. I would say yes, sickle or
Yeah, sickle.
Sickle.
that's interesting.
Sickle.
Okay, so you're gonna get a sickle, and then you get one more
A dagger.
sickle and a dagger. Okay, that's a terrifying
Pretty
doctor
solid.
right there.
So you have your saw and your scalpel.
I was literally about to say now you've also got the scalpel.
Scalpel.
Every doctor that we have played with that takes the dagger always flavors it as a scalpel. It's the best.
Lose the best. Yeah.
If I can spell right.
Sleepy guy in the corner.
Yeah, when I come up to patients with the 2-handed axe, they just kind of run away. You know.
Yeah. When I
don't
start
understand
yelling
these-
at them in Dwarvish about how I've got to amputate their knees.
I don't
They don't
understand.
seem to
It's
like
the
that.
easiest way to open somebody up. It's just one swing.
Look, if the soldiers do it, I can do it too in a medical sense.
to quote the medic from TF2, ribs grow back. No, they don't.
They don't.
Anyway, that's how I lost my medical business. That'll be $5,000.
Cade, I have honestly a few questions for you here that I need to hammer out before I can actually build the character.
Okay.
What sadistic fuck put a weapon that is cursed somewhere where a regular ass farm boy could find it? That's my first question.
One more time.
What sadistic fuck left a cursed weapon, a cursed mind warping weapon, somewhere that a regular ass farm boy could find it?
What if it wasn't left there, but whoever had it previously just died there?
That's what I was
That
thinking.
too. That too.
Like in
Like-
in the back of my mind, I'm almost thinking like the concept of like you and your buddies like we're just like farming or whatnot, and then just in the middle of the cornfield there was just a dead corpse, and you're like, yo, body. And then you called other people over, and then suddenly like something happened where the weapon kind of just like latched onto you.
It's just, it's like, oh man, another dead adventurer in the field. All right, let me go call the Undertaker. Why is my back heavier?
Yeah.
Spear on his back.
Um,
Uh-oh.
okay. Then you have access to either a Scholars Pack or a Diplomats Pack. There is a difference. Give me a moment. Because the specific difference is very strange and weird. So, a Diplomats Pack contains a chest, 2 cases of maps and scrolls, a set of fine clothing, a bottle of ink, an ink pen, a lamp, 2 flasks of oil, 5 sheets of paper, a vial of perfume, sealing wax, and soap. Ironically, soap is actually useful. Or you can get a Scholars Pack, which is a backpack, a book of lore, a bottle of ink, an ink pen, 10 sheets of parchment, a little bag of sand, and a small knife.
Let's go with the Scholars Pack.
Go with the Scholars. Okay.
This book of lore that contains all of my previous knowledge of that I've forgotten. How does that fit in?
That is personal opinion. A lot of the packs are kind of roleplay fodder. I think a lot of people use it for, like the little pile of sand could be useful if you want to Indiana Jones something, or like certain pieces of parchment or things like that. Like you can just say, yeah, I have these things because you have the Scholars Pack. Otherwise, you'd have to like go and get those resources. But I'm not gonna like nickel and dime you for every little piece of thing that you pick up. I'm very free flow with a lot of things.
Basically, if you can make a reasonable argument for why you're using what you're using, Gate's usually pretty good with it.
Yes.
Gotcha.
All right. So there is your level 1 character. So we're going to now do the following. If you look up at the top where it says Doctor, there's a little anvil.
Yep.
You can click on that. And then it'll have you go through the level up, essentially. So...
Have you go through the level up?
Yep. So this is your level 1, and you're like, yep, this is exactly what I wanted to do. And you hit apply changes.
Yours said 11 hit points. Mine says 10. Is that
It should, because of your constitution, it should have gone up. Oh, it went average. Hold on. Give me a moment.
It also didn't level you up.
Yes, it didn't.
You have to do a launch level plus character mix in there.
Cannot launch it until you have a class level and HP set for level 1. Please run the character man's creation for the first time. The tool doesn't work with custom classes. Okay.
So it doesn't work with custom classes. So you have to manually do your levels.
That's okay. So we can figure that out. So when you level up, what you're going to do is go over here to the cogwheel, click on that, and change your level. You're going to be level 3, so I'm just going to do this really quickly for you. This changes your hit dice total. This is how you basically recover during a short rest. You spend your hit dice to recover during a short rest, but you get all of your hit points back on a long rest.
Yep.
Then you have your additional features. So you're going to get Second Opinion.
Is that from the like the page?
Mm-hmm.
The doctor thing.
This is your class. Doctor. And copy pasta. And then at level 3, you get your profession, which you're going surgeon. So you get
Intelligence modifier as a result of any healing abilities you perform.
God, that's terrifying.
Expert practice.
Yeah, Dog is awesome. You are Mr. McNeil.
Okay. So there's your extension there, and then you're going to roll for your hit dice. So you can just click hit dice, and it'll roll it here for you. If you don't at least get average, which for you is going to be 5 plus 3, which is 8, then you'll just take average. So if you don't get at least 8, you gain 8.
Okay.
So if you want to roll those, feel free. Or if you want me to roll, I don't mind.
I just have to open it up and.
Mm-hmm. And then click on the hit dice next to death saves and current hit points and stuff. There you go. Okay. That's okay. So you're going to take 8, so 11 plus 8 is 19. And then do it one more time. And then you got 8. Okay, so 19 plus 8 is 27.
27.
So you have 27 hit points. That ain't bad for a level 3.
Was that the minimum roll I could have had?
That is the minimum roll that you could have gotten, yes. But that's okay. Let's see. So you're effectively all set here. It's weird that the weapons didn't put themselves in. Why did it not do this? Hold on. Let me drop the scholars back in again. And then dagger and sickle.
Oh, is my book of lore is the letter from a dead colleague?
That's up to you.
Well, no, I mean, like, that's what it's filled it in as, isn't it? Posing a question you have yet been able to answer.
Ooh. Like I said, that is entirely up to you at that point. That's where we can start working together to figure out what we want to do.
Okay.
This is another reason why like D&D is so like incredibly interesting in comparison to other games that you can play. Because oh hello, what just happened?
Oh, now it looks like it added 2 crossbows.
Making sure that I'm giving you.
Oh, and one of my language proficiencies, common, needs to be changed to whatever the double language of Orza is going to be.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll give that to him. And then crossbow bolts.
I haven't heard someone call him Ozwa yet.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to pronounce it for. Has
You're
it?
fine. No, you're fine. We generally just call him Oz.
Yes.
Oz. Gotcha.
Oh yeah. Think like Oz, like the Wizard of Oz, and then Ra, like the Sun God Ra.
Ozra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, Oz Ra. But everyone just calls me Oz.
I call him a big guy.
did you just say I call him a bitch?
Maybe.
My roommate, by the way.
Yeah.
Roommate
roommate.
slash like one of my best friends, and then Kate there is my downstairs neighbor.
Yeah. I bet if I jump right now, it might.
I heard
I
it.
heard it.
You heard it.
It echoed on Oz's, but it didn't come through mine.
That's funny.
Alex is also now just looking around like, the fuck?
I apologize to Alex.
So there's 3 of us all in the same house.
And then there's Oz's
okay.
partner and then Kate's husband.
So just so you guys are aware of what the doctor can do, for those that don't know, and also just to kind of let Sleep get a little bit more familiar with the concept for what he can do. So you have medical supplies for your doctor's bag. These include like bandages, syringe, medicinal powders, healing salves, stuff like that. You keep these in your storage container of your choice, such as a bag, a series of pouches, or even a trunk. As long as you have access to your doctor's bag, you can use an action to stabilize a creature that has 0 hit points without needing to make a medicine check. So effectively, there is a cantrip called Spare the Dying. Spare the Dying dictates that if a creature is dying, you can go over and as an action touch them, and they stabilize. You can just do that. You don't need to take the magic for it. So when someone hits 0 hit points, they start making death saving throws. If they hit 3 successful death saves, they become stabilized. If they hit 3 death save failures, they die. So you have until they hit either or to just go over and stop them from bleeding out, essentially.
Gotcha.
You also have First Aid. As a bonus action, you can heal a target for a d4 hit points. This increases at certain levels. And you can use this feature a number of times equal to your int plus 1, and you regain expended uses on a short rest. So I'm going to give this
That
to
feature is
you
so clutch.
here. Yeah. It is the only healing feature that is, like, applied, I think, at first level that is not a spell for any class.
Yes.
which
Yeah,
is
it's
insane.
really fucking cool.
No, there's technically there is Celestial Warlock. It's a pool of d6s that it can heal with at level 1.
That is fair.
Yes.
But that is a specific subclass of Warlock.
Did you get this on a short rest? Fantastic. So equal
compared
to
to
your
an
int
actual
mod.
class.
Yeah. So equal to your int mod plus 1. So your int mod is 2. That's the big number in the top there. Your
Yep.
score or your value is in the smaller one. That's the one you can edit. So you have 2 uses of that, or 3 uses of that every short rest. You have Second Opinion. Whenever an ally within 20 feet of you uses a healing ability, spell, or item, you can use your reaction to increase the amount healed by half rounded up. So let's just say that something heals for 20 hit points. You can give it an additional 10.
Gotcha.
So it's really freaking nuts because an item, health potions, for instance, someone downs a health potion, you're like, you're drinking that wrong. And make it.
You yell at them in gibberish, so it works out because they get, it works out because they're scared and they don't know what you're saying. But
And
then
it-
it works.
And it's incredibly
Makes them
potent
drink
because
faster.
it's just a reaction. You get one reaction every turn in combat, but outside of combat, you can just say, hey, as long as you guys take these like 6 seconds apart from each other, I can help all of you.
So pretty much, if someone is casting a spell, and then they have to go around and cast spells on multiple people, every single time you can give them Second Opinion.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Second opinion is nuts. Basically, when people are around you, as long as you have the capability to, like, you just increase it.
With a paladin in the party too, that's gonna
Yeah,
be
you've got lay
really
on hands.
fucking nice. I was gonna
Yeah,
say
you've got-
because you can double lay on hands, basically.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
double, but
Even on top of that, I have another one as well because of the race, which is human, by the way, definitely human.
Which is definitely human. Yes, definitely human. Hey, you got dark vision, right?
Yeah,
As a human?
like human,
Yeah.
as human,
Yeah,
as all
yeah,
humans
like,
have. Yeah,
like normal humans.
like normal human. God,
I wonder what race Wengo is playing.
Human.
I wonder.
Human.
You can also you can call me Will. Like everyone here knows my real name. That's fine.
No, I know, but the vibes. Uber.
It's fine. Never mind.
Additionally,
Okay.
just to make your life easier, I have added under your attacks and spell casting, you have your dagger. So if you're, for instance, just rolling to hit someone with your dagger, you click on dagger, it'll roll it in the chat window. I'll tell you whether an 11 hits or fails. If it hits, you click on dagger in the chat window.
You just click on.
Yep.
Ah,
I know. Roll20 makes this so much easier.
I don't. Do you? Oh, I see the chat.
Yes. Yes, you got to go back
still
to
had
the
Python
speech
journal.
levels.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You'll get used to this. You don't have all the ones that I do because I'm the GM, so I have access to macros, I have access to the jukebox, and I have access to arts. You'll have.
No, we have all of those.
You should. You shouldn't. Interesting.
I still
Like we
don't.
can't
We
we
can't
can't
see
put
yours.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I can go to the jukebox to see what is being currently played. I can go to the macros to look at the macros.
Additionally, I should
Yeah.
probably be.
I have less buttons on the left side of my screen than you do.
Yeah, we have less buttons on the left side.
side. Okay.
Yeah, we don't have those because those windows we all have so that like if we have our own custom macros, we can add them in if we want to use them.
Gotcha. Okay. But yeah, so you'll hit the button here to roll the attack, and then it'll output it here. So let's say I say 16 hits, you click on dagger in the chat window, and that'll roll the
Gotcha.
damage for that dagger specifically. And there you go. So that's 5 damage. Same thing with the sickle. Same thing with the hand crossbow. And then a kind of a funny thing, if you click first aid, it'll just automatically roll your healing dice.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be your feature for where you need to use it. When you hit level 5, that goes up to 2d4. 11th level, it goes up to 3d4, and 17th, it's 4d4.
I like
so
that. I like
I'll-
that it goes up by multitude
Oh,
or by multiple
It
d4s.
says 4 there, but is it being affected by expert practice?
Yes, I've added your intelligence to it.
Gotcha.
So
Um,
if you when you hover over the number, you can actually see what's rolled.
Yep.
So you can see that
Yeah.
there's the dice roll and then whatever other modifiers you're applying to it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, this is 1d4 plus 2, and then in parentheses it tells you what that 2 is, and then it'll show the equal sign. In parentheses it shows you what number actually rolled on the dice, and then
Yeah.
the additions for everything. So it's all built in there. It's the same thing with the dagger roll. For instance, it says roll 1d20 CS greater than 20. What that means is critical hit is greater or equal than 20. So if you roll an exact 20, it treats it as a crit. Plus 1 for your dex, plus 2 for your proficiency bonus. Roll a 16, plus 1, plus 2 equals a total of 19.
Gotcha.
So if you're ever questioning why something is rolled, what it's rolled, that's all there. But for the most part, it usually is active, and it usually keeps things correct. I've also added your crossbow bolts as a resource, just to make life
Oh.
easier for you. So when you roll to fire a hand crossbow, you'll deduct your crossbow bolts by 1. And
Gotcha.
you just got to keep up to date on those. I'm not gonna, and again, nickel and dime you for ammunition. If you want to keep track of it, 100% go for it. But essentially, like, as long as you tell me...
How many
that you
people am
have
I going to be
crossbow
shooting
bolts-
with crossbow?
Depends.
I was gonna say,
you're
if you
be
want to keep
ranged
your
or-
if you want to keep your healing bonus, probably nobody.
Well,
So-
that depends on if you take do no harm or not.
I was about to say. So he has an oath.
Well, that's optional.
Yes.
Oh
So-
fuck! I didn't know that.
So here's the way that the oath functions. You've completed your medical training. You adopted an oath to solidify your resolve towards the healing arts. At first level, you choose one of the following. So if you choose to do no harm, you automatically heal the maximum amount that any ability allows, as long as you have not harmed a living creature that day. If you
Gotcha.
choose for the greater good, you gain proficiency in persuasion and deception, as having learned a way to stop unnecessary questions, which you do not have either, so that might be useful. Or the natural way is the only way. You gain proficiency in nature and survival, which I believe
For the
you
greater
have.
good makes the most sense, because I don't have those, but
You also don't have the natural way. You don't have nature or survival.
what is nature and survival? What does nature do?
So nature is your capability to, like, understand the fundamental flow of how nature functions. So, like, if you're rolling nature, this could be like, oh, I smell smoke, and instead of using perception to, like, see the smoke, you'd be using nature to be like, well, the grass is drying up. So that means that there's a fire somewhere. It means that the trees are absorbing water more, like stuff like that. Survival is your
Gotcha.
ability to, like, survive in the wilderness. So that's like hunt and forage for food. That is to
Tracking.
set a campfire, tracking. That is to find shelter, for instance, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Well, for the rest of our party, is there a preference over either or? Like, do we have people that can survive, be persuasive and
I
deceptive?
still need
Someone
to
was
figure out
playing a
all of my
rogue,
skills.
right?
I am playing a log A.
Okay.
Yes.
I was gonna say, I think between myself and Will, we've got. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. I was just going to mention that, like, with very much how this character is played, like, the two things I'm taking from Paladin is intimidation and persuasion.
was gonna
It's
say-
very much worth mentioning that.
I've got deception covered.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely taking deception for relatively obvious reasons.
Then I'll go with the natural way is the only way.
Okay.
Is that like
Okay.
So then I'll get rid of the rest of this.
Finally have a doctor that could stab people for once. Jesus Christ.
I thought that was something that every doctor had. I'll be
No.
honest with you. I
No,
didn't
it's just
realize
that
that
every
was-
single doctor we have played with has always all of them have taken it.
Mm-hmm.
Nate took it, Nep took it.
how am I gonna cut people's arms off if I can't do no harm?
Well,
Fair.
you're not harming them, you're helping them.
That's the other
This is
funny
true.
thing too. Is
Oh.
if you take that feature and then you fight undead or constructs, they're not living. Doesn't count,
Gotcha.
which is really funny.
I will also just make mention the undead in this are not undead. They're reincarnated living spirits. I'll clarify that right now.
Oh, so they excellent. So they don't have resistance to a specific type of damage called necrotic damage, right?
Possibly
For the
not.
most part. Possibly not. Ah, delightful.
Do they theoretically count as undead for the purposes of smite?
Yes.
Oh, even better.
Excellent.
I
Wait, that's kind of. I just realized something incredibly funny I can do now.
This isn't
Oh,
a
boy.
spear. This is a dagger. Fuck off, Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm looking for like a cursed spear, like art from that for inspiration, and then it's just like the inverted spear of heaven from Jujutsu Kaisen. No, that's a dagger with a chain on it. It's not a fucking spear.
Well, that's why it's called an inverted spear.
I hate it. Stop showing me Jujutsu Kaisen shit. Fuck.
And then you have your
Apologies.
profession, which you already know. Once you hit 4th level, you guys will also get an ability score improvement. This can either pick a feat, or you can increase one of your statistics up by 2 points. So, for instance, you could put like 1 point into wisdom and 1 point into intelligence, and that would bring both of them up. Or you can put 2 points into intelligence and bring that one up a lot more. Other than...
If my intelligence goes up by 1, it'll become a 3.
Correct.
Yes.
If wisdom goes up by 1, it'll still be a 1, though.
No. It changes at even numbers.
Yes, they go up at even numbers.
Okay. Gotcha, I see.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Alex. Very cool.
Yeah, just to let
Well,
Trax and Tams get a little bit more room to run around. I've left the door open for the session.
I have a fun question.
Yes.
And I'm assuming I know. I think I already know the answer to this question. What's happening with Indrieli, I'm assuming, is technically both a flaw and a feat. Technically.
Yes, they will circumnavigate and cancel each other out. So if you wish to
Yeah.
take a additional flaw, that will give you the feats.
Yeah, I need to figure it out. Because like the way I'm playing the characters, because I'm very like forced into it, is it's weird. It's like a that's not necessarily debilitating because it's just the character. That makes sense.
kind of debilitating.
It is
So
kind of
is-
debilitating, but
So is resilience from me having the flaw of not speaking common, or is that from a different...
No, that's from your race.
Gotcha.
That's from you being a human.
So do I need another feat?
Technically, yes. You would need 2 more.
Okay. I'll go look at feats then for the time being.
Okay.
If you wanted to help someone else. I know that there was a lot of questions going on.
Anyone?
Yeah,
got
I
anything?
have a lot of shit I need to ask.
Yeah, go for it.
Unfortunately.
That's fine.
Hey, Will, do you like my dank vision description?
hold on.
I call it dank vision.
Okay, that's actually something that I can put.
Yeah,
Fine.
there you go. There you
Good question mark.
go.
So, Cade, in this particular, I'm wrong. There we go. So, I guess first and foremost, for this particular one, I need to ask, how would this thing be cursed? Because I kind of want my flaw to come into play as the spear itself influencing me. So, I want to just start there, because that's going to decide my character's alignment.
On how the spear is influencing you. I
Yeah,
guess-
so like,
Larger question. So this is your warlock?
yes,
Okay.
it is both his warlock and his accursed.
Oh, okay. You're literally
If-
just saying this is giving you both aspects.
If he did not have this, he would just be a farmhand.
he would just be a guy.
Okay. Well, therein lies some interesting questions. Do you have... How much reign do you want me to have over this weapon? What do you want to add?
I want this to be a mystery to my character. Like, he is being influenced, does not understand, and it has brought him to these guys. Why? He doesn't know.
How much influence does this entity have over you?
I would say...
Is it like persistent whisperings? Is it done through nightmares and visions? Is it
definitely
literally
persistent.
takes over you?
Definitely persistent whispers. That's kind of what
Okay.
broke him over time.
So this is essentially like Azra Ozpin, or Ozma Ozpin.
Yeah, kind of like
Okay.
that. Just, the entity is probably not got
Way
the
more
best of
insistent.
intentions.
Yeah. So if your alignment is based on the spear's alignment, that's what you're asking?
Pretty much.
Lawful evil.
Awful.
I'd also allow you to do neutral.
I think lawful evil makes sense because, like, the entire, at least the general vibe that I want for this character is like, I want you guys to want to save Frederick. To hell with the spear. I want you guys to care about the character that's being influenced. So
Okay.
I think it makes sense that an evil force is driving him.
I am so looking forward to our characters' interactions. Like, there are going to be some incredible moments. Like, so there is just an observation of like dichotomy of this character. Like, assuming I need to speak with Kate with like the other thing with Andrelli's hammer. The dichotomy of she's keeping hold of hers so she doesn't actually cause any undue harm with it, whereas you're keeping yours, or as you probably need to get rid of yours to keep yourself safe eventually, which is a
He's-
big.
Well, he's been trying to get rid of it. It just keeps reappearing.
Okay.
Oh, excellent!
I have given you the only information I will give you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Honestly,
That's kind of where I wanted to go with it, but yes, that is exactly what I'm going for. I
Understood.
love that. So the only other question I have is then, what would the secondary language he would be speaking?
Oh,
Now you get where this is going.
that's Noel.
No.
Noel?
Okay.
That's Noel.
oh gosh, okay.
That is
I
Jackal.
also
That's
speak
a
to that?
Nubian. Yeah, you would have
Yeah.
to. That's great. That's terrifying.
I think the worst part is the only reason he understands this language is because it's been whispered to him so much. He's managed to piece it together via context clues.
Okay, hold please. I need to check something.
Always a great sign when you're talking to your DM about shit. Oh, I'm excited for this character.
So, I technically have a spell slot, right? That could be filled from a feat.
So you would basically get the use of that spell once per day, like
Yes.
once per long rest.
Gotcha.
So you could still use it, and it would still use like your intelligence.
So if I
Oh,
pick a feat that has a spell, it can go in my
feat?
one spell slot. Shadow Touched?
Yes, Shadow Touch gives you 2 spells.
You get invisibility.
2?
Yep, it
Oh,
gives
and
you
illusion.
invisibility, and then you get to pick one from the illusion spell list.
Yes.
Or I believe it is illusion or.
But I only have one spell slot, right?
No, you have.
No.
You technically don't have any. The feat gives you the additional aspects to cast them.
Oh, I thought when you were filling out the doctor, it said something about having a...
You
I
have
think that's for a spell class.
spell. Yeah, you have a spell save
Oh, that-
DC. Based on your intelligence. So if there's anything that the doctor has that requires people to make a save against your abilities, it uses your intelligence for that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you technically have free reign over what you want to pick there. So if you want to choose Shadow Touched, yeah, 100%. That's terrifying.
And then, can I go with Observant as the other one?
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Observe it.
So let me do this then for you.
Oh, are you putting it in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So feeds
Oh,
observant.
Will, you said you're going with intimidation yet?
Yeah.
You're a
From
list
Paladin and
where I
taking
can
intimidation
see
and persuasion.
Gotcha.
Shadow Touch, the
Mostly
secondary
because
spell.
you'll see how they interact with each version.
Yes.
Okay.
So Shadow Touch, you can increase your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma by 1. So whichever one you want to increase there.
Let's go with Wisdom.
You want to go with wisdom? Okay.
2.
So make it that. And then you learn the invisibility spell and 1 first level spell of your choice from the illusion or necromancy school.
Gotcha. From first level.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if you go back to the D&D wiki dot, you can go to spells, which are at the very top.
So, cause life, false fear, inflict wounds, ray of sickness.
Correct.
Color spray. What is color spray?
If you click on it, it'll show you.
Oh yeah, I can. And then for observant, can I add 1 to intelligence?
Good min-maxing. Fuck yes. Everything is even for you. Hell yeah.
Observant now
Good.
means that I can, like, as long as I have visual range of anyone. Right? That's how that works?
Effectively, because observant lets you read lips, yeah?
Yep.
So as
As
long
long
as
as you can understand the
Creature's
language.
mouth, while it's speaking a language you understand, you can interpret what it's saying by reading its lips.
So unfortunately, most of them won't be speaking common.
Well,
But yes, you are the fantastic spy. So effectively, it is not just like omnipresent. Obviously, like there will be a distance because at some point lips would turn into pixels.
Yep.
But
then
like if
you have a
someone
bonus to
is
passive wisdom
Yes.
and passive intelligence scores.
yes, so
Investigation.
Yes, so
Okay.
your passive perception and your passive investigation scores go up by an additional 5, which is insane. Let me find the update for that real quick. There we go, passive perception modifier, and that goes up by an additional 5. So you have a passive perception of 19, sir. Okay. Damn, that's big. Okay.
And then I haven't decided on a spell here. I'm not sure.
I'll also give you another resource for Shadow Touch, just so you're aware. And you get this back at the end of a long rest. Okay. By the way, what do you think of the music? This is officially licensed for this campaign setting.
Yeah, it's good.
Can I take illusionary script?
Ooh.
That would. I know that sort of bypasses my like thing, but it would only be like once per day or once per long rest.
That wouldn't bypass your flaw.
No? It would allow me to communicate with people that can't speak a language that I speak.
To you and any creatures you designate when you cast the spell, it appears normal, written in your hand, conveys whatever meaning you intended to when you wrote the text. To all others, the writing appears as though it were written in an unknown magical script that is unintelligible. You can cause the writing to appear to be an entirely different message written in a different hand and language, but the language must be one you know. So when it says it conveys whatever meaning you intend when you wrote the text, that is what you've written would be shown to the people you've designated. Not that they could just
Gotcha.
immediately understand what you're writing. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You would also only be able to do it once a day,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
you need to consume 10 gold every time you wanted to try to do it.
Yes.
That's probably not worth it.
At least for what you're trying to do, I don't think so.
Gotcha.
That's an interesting ritual, though.
Color spray is not a bad spell. It's a good
Mhm.
get out of jail card.
Ray of Sickness is
Which
also
one?
pretty decent. False Life for temporary hit points is good.
Inflict wounds is 3d10s of blah.
Inflict wounds is awesome.
I hadn't got to the necromancy skills yet. I was looking at the other one.
Ah.
Distort Value is a fun one.
Yeah.
Silent Image is also really decent. Silent Image is essentially like you create a figment of an imagination that someone can witness and someone can see, and they just believe it to be there until they perceive it to be an illusion.
Distort value, is that what you're saying? Or silent
Dude.
image?
Yeah, Distort Value is just fun. Effectively, Distort Value lets you try to swindle people over thinking that the merchandise is cheaper than it actually is.
Gotcha.
Or to convince like a jeweler that a jeweler is worth more than it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Well, I'm not a good person, so distort value could work.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with distort value.
Okay. As for the necromancy spells, though, inflict wounds is a melee damaging spell. It essentially.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You're good. You're good. Just
Wait,
look
wait.
through all your options. You're
Make
okay.
melee attack.
Mhm.
Target
And then it
takes
does-
3d10 necro damage.
Yeah.
A lot
You're
of fucking
literally
damage.
manipulating their life essence. And
Am I
ripping it
gonna
out.
need to do damage?
Mm.
How's our damage looking in the rest of the party?
I am a rogue.
Yes and yes. Both Oz and Ray have you covered on damage.
And
All
Will.
three of us. I was
And
gonna say all
yeah.
three of us.
Paladin
Yeah.
too. Paladin is tanky up front. False Life is
Yeah.
decent. It gives you a little bit of temp HP, but on top of that, you have so much healing built into your class that I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Pause.
You can
You'll
get
be-
like Blade Ward, maybe that
Can't.
would be good.
That's a cantrip. and
Necro-
also not
necromancy or
necromancy or
illusion.
illusion.
Oh, Necromancy Illusion. I was
And-
reading.
Also, Blade Wood is a cantrip.
Yes. Cause
I thought
Fear
you guys were talking about cantrips for whatever reason.
is another decent one that kind of like it's a radiation, essentially, and it just makes everyone fucking terrified of you.
Pause here.
Yes.
You basically just like point at a guy, and they if they fail their save, they are frightened of you,
What
Gotcha.
and they
frightened
cannot move
is-
closer.
Yeah, frightened means that they cannot move closer to the source of their fear. And additionally, whenever they are in line of sight of the source of their fear, everything they do is hindered.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So if you want to just say, fuck you in particular, stare at me.
Pause fear sounds pretty good for support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It also
Sure.
sounds really funny for the doctor that has performed self-surgeries to just like lift up their shirt slightly and just show off this just gnarly, just disgusting scar, and it's just like, look at this!
Yeah, let's go with cause fear.
I feel like your arm
It doesn't
could be
cost-
more useful in your head.
but spoken in gibberish because they don't know no.
Yes, but I'm going to
Mm.
Sorry, Ray. I didn't know you were taking a drink.
I'm in the middle of a drink, dick.
I was looking over at my other screen.
Oh my god. Okay, so you
Husker
know
is a good spell.
invisibility.
Is that open? Is that open? Is that...
Cause
Sorry, I
fear.
gotta stand. This chair hurts.
Where is?
Gosh.
Oh,
I feel that.
You unfortunately will not have access yet. Give me a moment. That's the one thing that I don't like about Roll20 is if you don't purchase any of the the modules yourself, then you don't have access to them.
Well, can't you do compendium share?
I have 9 games I'm running, right?
Fair enough.
It only lets
Yeah,
me
that's good.
share with 5.
That's not
Yeah. Also, hey, this ceiling is angled. I just hit my fucking head.
Ooh, go back.
I should be aware of that.
Good.
Considering I am a 6'2" lumbering giant.
It might not be a bad idea to get like a bit of foam to put above where you'd sit, so when you stand up, you don't.
I don't
Hit
just
your head?
smash my fucking
Yeah.
head, yeah.
Yeah.
If only we could have put Eden in that room.
Did you say, or we could put Eden here?
I said if only we could, because
Oh, if only.
because they bluntly they need to be in the bedroom because they take a lot of naps.
Chronic
taking one
fatigue
right now,
runs in
actually.
their family. Yeah, they're taking a nap
It
right
is-
now.
They're in a nap mode right now as we speak.
Yeah, I went to go talk to them to let them know that I was going to be a part of this game, and they're just passed
They're out.
out.
They're gone.
I even tried talking to them because I thought they were on their phone, just laying on their side. Nope, not the case.
Just gone.
Yep, just completely out.
Okay.
Hi, Blue. Hey.
So you have. Okay, hold on. I need to double check a thing with Shadow Touched. Either of the spells, yes. Okay. Okay.
Every time I played a warlock, I've taken Armor of Agathis. Do I do it again?
It's
No.
a good fucking spell.
Spice it up, Oz. Take Agathis.
I'm already
Nirvana.
spicing it up. I'm not taking Eldritch Blast.
I was about to say
Whoa,
the only thing that I personally would prefer is that my warlocks don't take Eldritch Blast. I know it's a staple and it's a staple for a reason, but
It's not going to do me any good. Like, just as a character, it's not going to do me any good.
Right.
Because range isn't my thing.
right.
Juniper has Eldritch Blast for one reason only, and it's because if she runs out of bullets, she needs a ranged option.
Yes.
For
Her
me,
class
I'm
still becomes
taking,
useless, but still.
I'm taking one ranged cantrip, and it's my favorite cantrip in all of D&D.
Lightning Lore.
No, Chill Touch. Chill Touch is my favorite cantrip in D&D.
Which ironically is not melee, nor does it do cold damage.
Yeah, I know, right? It's
Chill
just a
touch,
skeletal hand.
range of 60 feet that does necrotic damage.
120.
120? That
Yeah, it's,
fucking-
it's a long range. It's a long range, and honestly, a lot of people underestimate how good it is
Yeah.
because it's often overshadowed by Eldritch Blast, but it's a good fucking cantrip.
It's okay, though. Just send you a thing.
I see, I see.
Yeah. So I wanted to sort of plan that out and think about it while everyone else is talking. So I know that's sort of how I've described playing the character anyway, but it's, I don't know, making it a bit more explicitly written as a I must do these things is interesting.
Okay.
If that all makes, I assume that makes sense.
2 feet flaw.
2 feet floor. Cool.
It's not going to come up consistently, and when it does, it's not that big of an issue.
Yeah.
Hold
I guess one of the things that's worth mentioning with this Shah stuff is the fighting style I'll be taking is the protective one. what was it? Yeah, just protection. But when she is under the influence of Shah, she doesn't have a shield equipped. She's just two-handing the hammer.
I'm leaning between whether this is a 1 feet or a 2 feet. Combat's going to be
Fair.
a lot. Like every other
Yeah.
session is effectively combat, so that's going to come up a lot. So that's immediately a 2 feet. But the ding that you're doing here is not that debilitating. Yeah, I'm going to say 2 feet.
Yeah, I'm fair.
I'm going to say 2 feet. As written, perfectly fine.
Okay, cool.
I love that.
Yeah, it's more sort of like here's things you can and cannot do. But cool.
Okay. Real quick, any other questions that you have for me, Sleep?
Nope. Is that everything that I need to fill out?
For your character sheet, yes.
For character sheet,
Everything thereafter is just kind of figuring out how you came to this perspective of being an adventurer, or why you're deciding to go
Bio
to
and
this city of tieflings to rob a tomb. Essentially, whatever that be. And when Ray gets back, I'll give a little bit more lore of what this campaign is actually going to be focusing on here.
Gotcha.
But all in all, we got some really, really good shit. This is terrifying.
Speaking of weapon stuff, I also need to ask weapon things for
Yes.
Imperial. I know it's a bit more like less out there, to agree, but like the whole like the way I've had it written in her backstory is very much this idea of that like it has been blessed, shall we say, depending on your perspective, by Shah,
Okay.
as part of like the deception that Shah was doing, and it is similar to how Oz's weapon works. It's bound to her, but in a bit more of a sadistic way, where in this like instead of as I was saying with his character, you can put down the weapon and it will just reappear in his hand. With Indrelli, she can put down the weapon and someone will feel compelled to bring it back to her, and that person will forego kind of basic needs to do that.
Yeah.
That was
Char's-
the idea.
Char's weapons are fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I was going to say the way that I was going for it, like just an example of when he first came across it, because he was the first one to find the body in the field, the weapon just chose him. So
Yeah.
he was going to go get the Undertaker, and then he just looked down and the spear was in his hand. Panics, throws it, starts walking more. It's back again.
Yeah.
And it just will not leave him the fuck alone. I'll be honest too. I knew nothing about your character before deciding on my own. So this is really
Yeah.
fucking
This is
fun.
really funny. Yeah, this is good. Like genuinely, I love how this is gonna like, the interactions. They're gonna be so good. You're gonna get a lot more when she's under the influence of Saloon as opposed to under Shah. Like for like the more like, hey man, this weapon doesn't seem particularly in your favor. Have you considered not having it like this? But Shah is gonna be a lot more. Oh man, that's awesome. Shah trying to realize maybe a lot more like that.
By the way, I did just think of the flaw that I want to do. I don't care how many feats it gives. I just want this flaw because I think it's interesting.
Okay.
Sleepless. Every single night before we take a long rest, I have to roll a constitutions. Or not a con. Yeah, a con save.
Okay.
Yeah. Either a con or a wisdom save, whichever one you feel is going to be more balanced. If he fails, he cannot sleep that night. Period.
So you will
Potentially
still get the
leading to
benefits of a
exhaustion.
short rest, though.
Yeah, he can still get like short rest, but like long rest not gonna happen. Now,
The
granted,
fact that
it
you're
is
playing a warlock, yeah. so-
warlock. Yeah, so if you just want to do a 1v for that, that's fine.
No,
I
that's,
just-
that's constant, but a ding, so that would at least be 2.
Fair. But yeah, I would happily take a 2 feet for that. Because it's
So,
mostly
yeah.
just a flavor of the flaw that I want.
I'm gonna say, yeah, that's a 2 feet flaw.
Sick.
So far, everyone is 2 feet flaws. Ray, what are you thinking for yours?
I think I was scream into the void.
How cool is the fact she has to chaperone the? She as a rogue has to chaperone a paladin for some reason.
Yeah, the rogue has to chaperone the paladin. No,
In a strange twist of fate.
my flaw is that I have to chaperone this entire fucking party.
What should the DC for this be, by the way?
I think I'm gonna vary it up. I'm gonna vary it up based on how influential the spear is going to be towards your inability to get sleep.
Gotcha. I'll just put in parentheses GM's discretion.
Yeah. I'm thinking anywhere from 12 to 18.
Gotcha.
So effectively, like, if you're right next to the person who's, you know, this sword wants, you're not getting sleep.
Fair.
Any other immediate questions that you guys have from me?
Immediately.
The only immediate question is I need to figure out if I want to do Fell Infiltrator, Soul Knife. Because I have two ideas. I'm either gonna be fucking Darth Mauling this shit, because I checked. Steady aim does not require a ranged weapon.
Correct.
Correct.
So
Just as long
I'm
as
either
you
gonna
don't
be
move.
fucking Darth Mauling, fucking doing Darth Maul flourishes in between all of my attacks to get fucking sneaks to get advantage for sneak attack. Or and I think Will be the only one that gets this. I'm going to use Frenzied Blades.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I were gonna weigh something in,
Yes.
I think that you would enjoy Fell Infiltrator.
I am looking at it, and the more I look at it, it looks very enjoyable.
I think you would enjoy that more over Soul Knife.
All right. Well, technically religion.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh boy. What does my demon form look like?
Go ahead and think about it. I'll ask this as well. Just some optional homebrew rules that we can include here. Death, Dying, and Resurrection. You guys know that I include that as a big thing. I do require, not necessarily require, but I want to let people know that this is a little bit of a different thing from the rules. I will roll death saves in secret. Your death save failures do not reset until you finish at least a short rest. What is the other one? Revivify and any form of resurrection still require a death save, or sorry, require a revive roll. Essentially, the person who, or the god who takes your soul into the afterlife wants to keep you there, and if you want to bring them back, it requires a lot more effort.
I thought Revivify was exempt from that because you're driving them before they. I thought that's what it was.
No, that is specifically with my variant of the McRaven Queen.
Huh?
My variant of the Raven Queen is she has that minute to walk you across the bridge.
Oh, the 60 seconds to walk across the
Yes.
bridge.
That is non-existent in official D&D.
Well, also there's no revive balls in official D&D.
Right. So I have. Let me find it real quick if I can fucking find it. There we go.
Sorry, I realised that you wanted to talk about stuff, and I'm going to have to be right back because I've got to go grab food. Be one moment. Further down.
I think I have it in my other doc.
forgot I can't just add levels if they're homebrew. I have to have that be my main thing. Alright,
Yeah, it's weird and funky the way that it works.
so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put D10 hit dice as 2. So that way I just have that.
Okay. So, going through the miscellaneous and things that are non-optional, bonus imbibing. When you take a potion or you apply a poison, it is a bonus action. If you are giving it to someone else, it is an action. Proficient helping, you can only perform the help action on activities with which you yourself are proficient in. Flank stacking. This is a personal one, but this is something that I really, really enjoy because you have other ways to get advantage rather than flanking. The flanking grants a +1 bonus to the flanked target. So it basically reduces their AC by 1, or it increases the attack roll against them by 1, up to a maximum of 5 for each additional person surrounding a flanked target. Better opportunity attack. This is an optional one. You can make an opportunity attack from any individuals that would normally provoke an opportunity attack, as well as some of the following: standing up from prone, drinking a potion, reloading a weapon, opening a door, picking a lock, using a complicated mechanism, or operating a puzzle, stuff like that. That's a personal one, whatever you guys wish to do on that one.
I'm gonna ask to keep this game a little more stock because it's a pre-written, and also with sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That like I love the death saves and I'm fine with the death saves, but I think for the most part I would prefer to keep it a little stock rules wise. I'm fine with potions, I'm fine with death saves, because those are potions just make sense, and the death saves just add tension, and I like that tension.
Okay.
But I think otherwise I'd prefer to keep it stock.
I can agree with that.
That's just me.
Okay.
I'm fine with the help action one too, because
Yes.
that's also just a
Yes.
Yeah, that's in 2024 as well.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't know
they
that.
added because they wanted to stop people from just making familiars and just help actioning everything for skills.
Fair.
Because
I'm
it meant that the wizard would basically always be able to have advantage on any skill check, because if they
Yeah.
had familiar would just give help action.
Yes.
God, the more I hear about it, the more I like the base book, like the base rules of 2024. But every time I look at like the player manual,
Yeah.
I just want to find the person responsible and beat them over the head. It's like, why? Why did you do this?
Okay, so
Oh,
then
we could
I
use
will-
your custom exhaustion as well, because that's just
Yeah, I'm using the 2024's exhaustion because
yes. Because 2014 exhaustion sucks.
just confusing.
Big fat donkey dick.
Oh, it sucks. I hate it so much.
That's on recording. Fuck.
That's fine. So we will not be doing my flat movement for prone.
Okay.
A natural 20 does not automatically succeed, as additionally a natural 1 does not automatically fail. I do not do critical successes and critical failures on skill checks.
Yep. That's fine. I think that's
A-
also in 2014 that they don't. It says that critical successes, I believe, in 2014 is only an attack. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. My bad.
Breathe. A short rest is 1 hour. A long rest is 8 hours. Okay. So, Death, Dying, and Resurrection. I'm just going to choose the ones that I think are going to be the easiest to prevent the yo-yo.
Yeah.
Death saves are rolled by me in secret.
Yep.
Each time you are healed back from 0 hit points, you gain 1 level of exhaustion. And then the heroic death save, which is the thing I do to try to make it a little bit easier, is no longer
Is it
in
dead?
effect.
Thank you.
Yep.
So that means that. So the heroic death save basically means that if you would automatically fail a death save, I roll instead. So this is now just if you get hit when you are down, you suffer a death save failure. So just be aware of that. Resurrection, we won't do the skill challenge for. I'm still going to use the wounded and bloodied conditions
Oh,
just to
yeah.
make life easier for you guys.
Oh god, yeah. Oh yeah. Do wounded and bloody. That's
Absolutely.
So a wounded creature is a creature that is, wounded, bloodied, critical. So a wounded creature is someone who is not full health. They've just taken some amount of damage. They are wounded. A bloodied creature is someone who is below half of their maximum hit points. And a critical creature is someone who is in single-digit hit points. Just so you're aware. So that way I don't have to say, oh, they have 12 hit points remaining. I can be like, they're bloodied. I won't do wealth points then for this one. Just to make life easier. So you guys are level 3. You're going on the expedition. You'll have some materials
what we have.
already pre-given to you.
I think that's fair.
Lines and
Probably
veils, I think, are something that we still need to discuss.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah.
But I'll wait until Will comes back if he's not here yet.
He's here.
Oh, you are here.
I'm back. Yeah, I'm
He's
seating.
eating.
So that's why I got my
Yeah.
camera off.
Gotcha. No, you're good.
Chicken.
So I'll wait until you're done
Chicken.
eating, then we can discuss lines and veils. I'll go over the commitment to playing. This is something that I think is a little bit more important, especially with all the moves that we've been doing, but I completely get it. I understand it. So this game is run weekly. If it falls on a holiday or an important event where at least a third, rounded down, of the players cannot show up. So for this game, that means if one person misses, we're skipping. Just because there are 4 players in this one. Then the session will be canceled and postponed until the following week. You will not be charged on start playing games, so we don't have to worry about that. That's all on my end. Otherwise, the game will be played. Try to let me know as soon as possible if a scheduling conflict happens, and we might be able to move it to a different time period. We all get sick days. We all get sick and we all have off days. And I get that, but we have a commitment to each other to try to continue to play this game to fruition. Okay? So I believe, I don't know off the top of my head, but I believe that either Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. No, that is a Wednesday and a Thursday.
That's a one
Never mind.
Yeah.
Scratch that. I was gonna say, I think
That might be.
Thanksgiving is Thursday, Friday, so we're good there.
Yeah.
And Halloween is a Friday. Yeah, no, we're good. So there are no immediate holidays that I can think of.
We're probably gonna miss 2 weeks of Wednesday in December then with Christmas Eve and fucking New Year's Eve. Damn it.
Possibly. But that would be for everything, and that's something we'll discuss. Already talked about recorded sessions, so we don't need to worry about that. The Flaw for Feet, already covered that. Exhaustion. So the way that 2014's exhaustion works is just entirely too complicated, and there's no reason to get that stuck in your head. Instead, whenever you gain a point of exhaustion, you have a -2 to all rolls. All d20 rolls that you make. So attack rolls, saving throws, skill checks, ability checks, anything like that.
Gotcha. Is there somewhere on your character sheet where you put your exhaustion?
On this one, no.
Okay.
You
'Cause
usually,
it'll
what I
automatically,
usually
like,
do
the weird one for it.
What I
Gotcha.
usually do is, in like the resources tab, I'll just put exhaustion, and then I'll just like tick down. Like if you have 2, just tick to -2.
So you can do that
Gotcha.
as well. Make life easier for
We're
you.
doing -2 per exhaustion or the minus
Yes.
yours?
So we're
So
doing...
we're gonna do full 2024.
Yes.
-2 at 6 we die.
Correct.
Right. Fun.
Yes, if you ever gain 6 points of exhaustion, you are immediately dead. Because your body can't exist any further. Let's see. Mini games I'm not going to worry about. Narrative combat, this is just something that I do to help speed things up. Just to try to keep it fluid. Try to get all the mechanics out of the way first, and then near the end of your turn, will narrate what, like, happens, like, visually what happens. So it's like, okay, so you've attacked, you've rolled, you've got this much damage, you're doing it again, okay, you're moving here, fantastic. So you watch as this person runs halfway across the, the tiled floor, jumps off of a table, stabs this man in the chest, swings around and goes prone, and just like, who's next? Right? So you have all the mechanics, then you have the narrative afterwards. It just helps things go a little faster. PvP, I don't think that we need to introduce or discuss. If it does come up, I'll bring it up. There are something called group checks. It's not very clear in 2014, but it made it much clearer in 2024. If there is ever everyone or a lot of people are doing the same thing consistently, you all roll, and you take the average of all rolls. The reason for that is if one person is in, like, clad in heavy armor and trying to stealth, and one person is, like, the ace of sneaking, that natural 1 is going to counter that natural 20. So they'll hit a 10 default, because that person is trying to keep them quiet, and they're trying their best not to be loud. So it just kind of averages things out. Multiclassing is a thing, but I don't think that you will need to know about that unless you wish to. That essentially means that you have the ability to take a secondary class. So you basically forego taking levels in your main class, and you instead start pursuing levels in another class. But there are rules for that. So if that is ever something you want to do or you're interested in, just let me know and I'll go over that with you. And then rules as written, rules reminder, just because these are things that I don't think are going to come up. I'm not going to go too into detail about them, but underwater rules. Clear water is bright light. Clear water is bright light, 60-foot visibility. There is then, if you go too far underneath, it becomes dim light, and if it's murky water, there is no light, so you're just blind. And then light. Darkness means you can't see anything. There is no rolls, there is no anything, your passive perception is 0, there is nothing, so be aware of that. Dim light, you have disadvantage on perception checks, and things are a lot easier to be hidden and harder to see things. Bright light, you can see in bright light. Heavily obscured is darkness. So if something is heavily obscured, so such like fog clouds or stuff like that, you can't see anything, it is darkness to you. Lightly obscured, this is like a slight fog rolling in. This is considered dim light. And then you have your passive perception. This is essentially taking a 10 on your d20 roll. So 10 plus your mods is your passive perception. If you have advantage, it's an additional 5. If you have disadvantage, it's a -5. So 5 or 15 respectively on the dice roll. But you, because you have observant, that would be plus 10 if you have advantage, or flat if you have disadvantage, which is absurd. And then magical darkness is darkness that cannot be permeated by dark vision unless you have true sight or other things like that, or the ability to see through magical darkness. Last thing, surprise. This is another really big thing that I think a lot of people still don't fully understand. Surprise is essentially you got a 1-up on combat before combat started. So they didn't know you were there, or you suddenly just pulled and threw a dagger, right? And they weren't expecting it. Like civil conversation, and suddenly you get stabbed. What surprise is everyone rolls initiative as normal. And then if you were surprised when it hits your turn, you can do nothing. Essentially, if you are surprised and it is your turn is over and surprise goes away.
Gotcha.
So it essentially gives you another 1-up, but as soon as surprise goes away, they can react now. They basically regained their composure, and they can do stuff. You cannot hold your action outside of combat. So you cannot be like, I'm gonna wait, and when we roll initiative, I'm going to stab someone. Not how that works. You still roll for initiative as normal, and then you just take it in sequence. But other than that, I think keeping everything as you said, as default, as rules is written, I think is going to be great for you guys. So, any additional questions on that front?
Are we gonna do the bonus action skill checks at disadvantage?
I'm going to say no.
No? Okay.
I'm going to say no. I'm gonna hold that one off at least for now.
Yo.
Okay. And then really quickly, we'll go over lines and veils. This is probably the most uncomfortable part of Session 0, but I think it's still really, really important to at least discuss it. A line and a veil is essentially topics that you don't want to have show up or that you feel squeamish around or uncomfortable around. So for instance, for me, a veil is something that you're okay with it being presented, but you don't want to go into detail on it. Torture, for me, is a veil. Like, I'm okay with torture being present, but if we start going into, like, I break his finger, I don't want any of that. A line is something that is a hard do not include. For instance, for Raylan, I already know because you're a member in almost all of my games. Spiders are an immediate do not include, and I think that also goes for Will.
Yeah, to a degree, yes.
Okay.
But yeah.
So yours is more of a veil.
Yeah.
Okay, but I know Raylan's is a hard no. I know Oz also domestic animal abuse, needless cruelty.
Animal
essentially.
abuse in general.
Yeah,
Just
a needless
don't
cruelty.
like
toward
it.
that's a line. So, sex for me is a veil. I'm okay with it being approached, but I don't want to describe for 10 minutes thrusting in a bed. Right? So, if there's any additional lines or veils that we feel like we need to discuss or we need to open up with others that have already been expressed, feel free to do so now.
Nothing that I can think of.
Okay.
Same here.
My main one was already covered.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mine.
Good. I will say some of the big things that will be showing up in here, and I'll also just like present this just to make sure you guys are aware of it. Undead. I do a little bit more when it comes to like undead, like for instance having their skin be right up against their bones, or having skin be broken and dripping or decaying, or sinew being pulled taut, like stuff like that. I do kind of describe a little bit more. So that's also.
Is it ironic that I'm necrophobic, but that doesn't bother me?
So that's going to be a big one. Mass casualty.
Funerals suck, by the way.
Mass casualty. I do need to pre-emphasize that is going to be a very big present thing in here. Essentially, the end of this campaign is going to be a siege on the main city, and you're going to have benefits and detriments depending on what you've done throughout the entire campaign. So it is going to be like tens of thousands of people versus thousands of people. There's going to be a lot of death. So just be aware that that will also be present, but you shouldn't experience the majority of it. Smoking, death, decay, disease. This is Egyptian, so like plagues of locusts, stuff like that, that will be present. I'm trying to think. Drug use is another one that will come up, kind of as like more recreational.
Yo, we got weed in this game? Hell yeah.
I think that's probably the biggest ones that are here. So as long as everyone's okay with that, then we're good.
I heard nothing wrong there.
Okay. And then the last thing I'll do is get into a little bit of the understandings here. So give me a quick moment. I wish I could give you guys a PDF of the book itself for like a player-facing side of it.
Oh well.
At least I can do the following. Hopefully you can see. Yes, it's not darkness.
Yeah.
Good. So this is the area in which you will be playing in. This is the Desert of Kirat.
Pass.
starting at level 3 as well. I need to go to chapter 3.
Oh fuck! I'm multi-classing with a homebrew caster. Fuck. Oh god, this is gonna get complicated. I didn't think about it.
You'll figure it out. That's not
I
too
was gonna say I'm
complicated.
sticking with it. Thankfully, Accursed is a half caster like a paladin, so it's not gonna be too hard.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm multiclassing with a warlock. What am I worried about? That's the
Exactly.
easiest thing to multiclass with. It's just keep whatever you get from each because they don't function the same.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I keep
Oh, yeah, that's a fair
forgetting
point.
that.
Yeah, pact casting and normal casting do not overlap. You basically just get the spell slots from both.
Correct.
Yep.
And you just have to
Okay,
track them separately.
that's fine. I'll just keep my spell slots in my resources. My accursed spell slot. Okay, that's way easier than I thought.
No, put your accursed spell slots in your actual spells, put your warlock spell in a spell resource.
It's already in my standard. I started with warlock. So
Take
it's
one,
just
good
gonna
boy.
be easier to. It's just gonna be easier for me to do it that way.
Fair enough.
Let's just say the warlock side of things is interesting.
Will, do I hear the pigeon?
Things
I think you hear
that
the pigeon.
Yeah!
things that
Yeah!
I am not telling anyone.
I opened my window because it was hot in my room, and I can hear a pigeon. Just my luck.
For context,
For once in my life, usually, like, in the room that I was in before this, I was always burning alive. Now I'm fucking freezing. Because I got the
Unfortunately.
AC right there.
might I
I
recommend
see.
getting a nice bathrobe?
Yeah.
I probably will to be. Actually, I gotta drive back down to Ohio to get the fucking Snuggie.
Hmm.
But yeah, for context, there was a pigeon that sits just near Will's window.
It's just above.
It-
It's above me.
it's
It's literally on the
above-
roof above me.
Yeah, and it just sits there and just coos. That pigeon wants it. That is
It's not
also
getting.
on
I don't think
recording.
it's getting laid. I'll be honest.
That's also on recording.
So what?
Oh what?
We now officially have a recording of us insulting a virgin pigeon.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, you guys bullied a pigeon today.
We bullied a pigeon today?
Fuck. Oh god. Oh, my throat's really dry. I need water.
Wow.
Sorry, we keep interrupting you while you're trying to explain the
Sorry.
campaign setting.
You're fine. I gotta read a lot.
Fair enough.
Because I'm trying to get to the point. Because the way that it's broken up to, which I read all of chapter 3, which is unfortunate because chapter 3 is levels 1, 2, and 3. So I'm now having to figure out how to justify you having done part 1, part 2 without circumnavigating part 3. Because part 3 is level 3. And if you guys want to, I mean, I'm perfectly okay with just having you guys do part 1, part 2, and part 3 at level 3.
I'm fine with it.
You're
Yeah.
okay with that? So
Just
just,
to make it
I'm
easier
fine
on
with-
you.
I was about to say, that just means part 1 and part 2 are going to be really easy.
I'm sure you can find a way to
I can.
buff up the difficult.
100%
Yeah.
I can just ratchet up part 1 and part 2 to be like for 6 people instead.
Yeah, that'd work.
That honestly probably will work.
Okay.
And if it doesn't start working, then we figure it out.
Yeah.
So I didn't know this. I didn't realize it was level 1 that I got this feature.
Mm,
I can already throw my weapon and it just comes back to me. Like, it actually just does that at level 1 for Accursed. That's really funny.
That's pretty cool.
Observe the Hammer of Thor. Yeah.
That's a spear.
What does it bring
No, I
stuff
don't.
back? If you were to throw it at like a fruit stand, would you be able to
It
like
just-
steal the fruit that you've punctured?
That's a good question, actually. I don't know,
My
because it just says it
cabbages.
magically appears back in your hands, but, like, I might be able to play around with some shenanigans there. That could be fun.
But the cabbage is Oz. Think about the cabbages.
My cabbages!
Hi, cabbages!
That's also.
Oh, I can already tell this is gonna be a game.
Anyway, I'm gonna play a mountain for 2.
So,
Oh yeah, I gave
Uh,
Ray a basic mountain to use as a coaster.
gotcha. So, just as a little bit of clarification, the caravan that you have joined is made up roughly of about 100 people, plus you guys, and 35 haulers. Haulers are essentially the people who are riding or manning the camels to get them across. So this is a big caravan. Most of the Caverniers would easily lose their way without guidance, so they follow a group of experienced guides that are at the front, with the rest tailing behind in single file. As a result, the caravan stretches out far. It nearly spans 800 feet from front to back.
God.
This is a big caravan, just so you guys are aware. So there is a reason for you to already be present in this caravan. Whatever reason you have to explore that is your own decision. Let me see here. There we go. So, player character assumption.
Oh, hi, Rufus.
The player characters joined the last caravan leaving the Badlands of Kirat, embarking on the perilous trek through the wastelands toward the Kutnut. The words in this are going to be a nightmare for me. The Ku-Neten Keep. The caravan assembled a few miles south of Al-Kirat, welcoming migrants, Kirati, beast folk, and anyone else willing to make the journey. So Kirati are is the demonym for Al-Kirat. So anyone that lives or is from Al-Kirat is a Kirati. It's Kirati. Beast folk, this is orcs, gnolls, lizard folk, leonin, any other things like that. Let me see. Breaking brain.
Yes, hello, Rufus. I see you.
The story that we will pursue at the beginning of next week will begin at the 5th hour on the first day of the journey. So you guys have already been traveling for a little bit of time, but not enough to make any establishments for anything. This campaign setting presumes that the player characters have some reason, desire, or motivation to join an expedition into the Great Pyramid, whether this be chasing wealth, driven by a true explorer spirit to uncover the unknown, makes sense for sleep, or simply feeling the pull of fate drawing them there. The specifics,
Do we know who the tomb belonged to?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Yes, you are aware. It belonged to Amu. This was effectively a pyramid of a great ancient civilization that effectively turned or found a way to turn blood into magic.
Hemomancy.
They've also have gone down in history, so anyone proficient in history would immediately understand that they also survived in a location that was not intended to be survived in, such as the wastelands.
Oh my god, that's me.
And additionally,
I didn't
they
have a choice.
also really found a way to imbue that magical life essence into objects. And they were the most potent spellcrafters in existence. But for some reason, something happened. and they just disappeared. They vanished. They got killed overnight. Some people believe that this was due to plagues, due to diseases. Some people think it was their own hubris, that they reached further than they should have. But something happened and the civilization collapsed literally almost overnight.
Interesting.
So, as a result, the caravans that you guys are running in, or that you are traveling with, these expeditions, are to try to eke out any of the either forgotten knowledge or even some of the magical items or just wealth, just money, from these tombs. And so far, I think, if I remember correctly, like 3 of them have been sent already, but they were significantly smaller. So essentially they sent like one, realized this is way too little, they can't do anything. They sent another 2, then they started getting to work and like, we need people, so you are the final expedition. So for whatever reason you have to join this, that is your opinion.
Ow.
Will's
Do
going
any
to
of our
this specific-
characters know each other prior to us joining this caravan?
That is up to you guys. So, in theory, you guys could have been in Al-Karat for as long as you wished to before this expedition took off. You
I will
could have
say-
emerged and approached just from off-distant lands, and that's perfectly okay as well.
My character and Indrieli have came to Al-Karat together for this expedition. They met by happenstance and then just kept meeting by happenstance, and they said, fuck it, we'll travel together, why not?
It's basically just, I'm traveling in this direction. I'm also traveling this direction, and it's like, oh, but we're probably going different places in that direction, and then we kept going to the same place. We're going, right, okay.
Fuck it, why
Let's
not?
just go together.
And then my character does know Frederick. Very vaguely knows Frederick.
Basically, they were in the same hometown together. Like, they knew of each other, and that's really about the extent of it.
Gotcha. Additionally, the map that you are looking at right now is the city of Al-Karat.
So this is where we were before we went on the
This is where the
expedition.
expedition is heading off, yes.
Leaving from or going to?
Heading away from.
Okay.
So we'd be, leaving out of, like,
I
that gate
believe it
over
was the
there, or
Western gate.
that gate? Oh, it's western?
I believe it was Western.
Is it not, is that not on the east?
This map is very weirdly oriented.
Yes, but
It's
there
oriented
was a
with
reason
north.
for it, though,
Yeah.
because they couldn't
I'm
do
sure-
it
Yeah.
vertically.
Yeah, I understand there was a reason why. It's just a very awkward thing. Where west
'Cause it wouldn't
would
be-
be like up here.
Because, yeah, because that would be
There's
going
a-
back towards where those mountains were. The other
Gotcha.
the east would be towards where the desert was, based on the previous map.
Yes.
So, one of those 2 gates, I'm guessing, is where we would have left from.
Yes.
Probably this one, considering the stuff outside of it, and it seems like it's on the main path, but don't know.
The top right of the picture also has a gate, which is
Yes.
would be a western gate.
Oh yes, there's the one up.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
How you doing that circle thing?
Holding left click
Yeah,
is a
hold
ping.
your mouse button over something, and it'll kind of like draw people's attention to it.
So as long as you've got the cursor selected on the side on the left hand bar.
Yep, I see.
Actually, that reminds me. I must change to my signature color. Purple.
You guys, I wonder what color that I'm gonna swap to.
I'm gonna say, gee, I wonder what my favorite color may be. I wonder if it's purple or something.
I wonder what my favorite color is, guys. No one will
That's
ever
crazy.
guess it.
I was gonna say, I know what your favorite color is, and it's not the color of your name.
What do you mean? Exactly.
I'm just gonna switch to white because it works.
Wow.
No one else go for Ghost Ray. Clear and easy.
You know what? I think I'm gonna do white this time. No one else.
Wow! Wow! What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Did you want to be yellow? I realized that my default was put on yellow, but I can change it.
I don't care.
Yeah,
It's up to you. If you want to stay on yellow, you can stay on yellow. I don't think yellow is going to be good in this campaign because
Oh, yeah,
it's
'cause
probably
all
going
the
to be a
sand and
lot
shit.
of desert.
Oh
maps.
wait, yeah, it's a good point. White's probably also not going to be a great idea because that's going to blend into that. Alright, let's do like red or something.
Aha.
That's a
Now
bit,
I can take it. No. No, I'm going to go with the...
Yeah, it's maybe a little too dark.
Wait.
That's
Fine.
better.
Okay, hang on. What does that do again?
Wahoo.
God, trying to find this
Um,
little bit of information is not easy.
Okay. 'Cause once you find that, me and Oz are probably going to have to dip
Hmm.
so I can go back to my place. My old place. I get to call it
Yeah.
that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do that. Londuine. And then
Yeah.
pack up a bunch of stuff.
So I think the biggest thing is like homework for you guys, as well as homework for me to read the entirety of the next 2 chapters. So apologies about that for kind of having a little bit of a stick here. We would have been able to do at least like probably an hour or something of gameplay, but I know you guys have other things you need to do. So figure out why you've joined the caravan, and all of the other information that you may have about each of you in tandem.
Mm-hmm.
And then effectively, I think that's it.
I need to come up with a name.
Yeah. And then additionally, any backstory
Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba.
elements that you wish to. So either how you became the class that you've become, why you've chosen the background you've chosen, other things like that. Just personal preference, right? Anything that you got for background, anything you got for narrative, anything you got for roleplay.
Yeah. This will be temporary oat that I'm using for this game.
Do wish now?
That will be temp out.
Okay. Oh yeah,
Once
another
I
big thing. Yeah, figure out your temp art, or anything else that you wish to do there. Just
Look at
so
me.
you can get the
Look
Yeah.
at me, and you've already got it commissioned.
I need to go tell Eden about it.
So you guys will be heading out the southwest gate, or southeast gate. Sorry,
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
and you will be
Got it.
and you will be. Let me bring you back to that map, and then draw. No snapping. Broadcast to others. Linger. So you guys are effectively doing this.
Oh, that's only 210 feet. We can do that in a few turns. It's fine.
Is there actually? Yes, there is. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I think our caravan is longer than the distance.
Yeah, you guys should travel in about 180 miles.
Yeah, about 180 miles.
180 miles.
There's yeah.
Well, but what if we like start off and it's like, what if we just go down here? And then what if we go up here? What if I want to go up here? and then I can go down.
Do we have to follow like the caravan? Can we adjust the course of the caravan?
You guys, unfortunately, are not
Do
hired.
we have the authority? That's
You
what
do
I.
not-
That's
You
what
do
I-
not have the authority to adjust to the caravan of 800 people. No. The bigger reason with this is the majority of the people in the caravan would be lost as soon as you enter the red sands of the Great Wastes. You have scouts that are actually guiding the way.
Bribe the scouts.
Not authoritative.
Yo, Scouts, I got this really cool hammer for you if you just go that way instead of the way you're supposed to.
Oh, holy shit. Okay. I'm just reading through some of the things I can do as this character. I can give somebody disadvantage on every attack roll
Yes.
by just expending a spell slot.
Yes.
I'm gonna stab people a bunch.
Yes.
Oh, this is cool. I can.
I will
Good.
work with you later, Cade, as well on what the flaw is. I can tell you right now, regardless of how many feats it is, I am taking Revenant Blade because I will be using a double-bladed scimitar.
Okay.
Because that just seems fun.
Okay. Once you guys figure out art as well, feel free to just DM them to me. I'll make a token for you if you need it. Or those that can make tokens, you can make your own tokens.
I like. Why was I about to flip my koozie?
For artwork, what are you looking for? Are you just looking for like a full character portrait, or
Either or. So you can get a full character portrait, and then when you do the token, it's kind of like a short zoom up on the bust. Or you can just get an image that is the bust, and we can just make the token from that. Just really personal preference. Just find something that you think resembles the way that your character could look. Like, even if it's this character, but, you know, shorter hair, or it's this character, but the colors are this. Like, just something that matches, at least close to what you're looking for.
gotcha?
I will say, additionally, feel free to use AI. I know a lot of people are really against it. I don't personally have an issue with it. It's really good
For like
just,
placeholder
yeah,
images, it's not that big a deal.
It's really good for ramping out just a lot of, like, just temp art, essentially. Last thing I will additionally say, this campaign is probably going to last about a year.
Okay.
If I just had to roughly guess it, because the first chapter is going to take you probably about 6 sessions.
Mhm.
So, but again, you can really streamline that process and just kind of go ape shit, and we might be able to get this done in 6 months. Or you might really delay and we go for 2 years instead. But I'm estimating about a year. That is if we play every session.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any additional questions, comments, concerns?
Oh, I'm good.
I think I'm
He
good.
just looking at my DMs thinking it was something important, isn't he? I got nothing.
Okay. And then I'll ask this: Sleep, are you excited?
Yeah.
Is this your first time doing
I-
D&D, like official?
In this code, yeah.
Welcome.
I'm gonna put this in chat here so everyone can see. I think this is just where I'm gonna go for my placeholder image. It fits.
Okay. What you got? Oh. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah. That fur might end up getting really, really warm in the desert. Just so you're aware.
The fur itself, I don't think is actually part of it. The point being is that he has been on his own for a while.
Additionally, I will just add here, this is something that I do need to read up a little bit more on, so I can't really give the full explanation of the mechanics. But you are traveling through a desert for the majority of this campaign. Days are scorching hot, nights are freezing cold. Cold and
Yeah.
fire damage, if you have ways to resist or even be immune to them, or you're weakened to them, will be very, like, important. So, one thing they actually, like, list at the end of the PDF is the Ring of Fire Resistance is not allowed for that exact reason.
Noted.
So just be aware of that. Like, there's a lot of really interesting aspects, and additionally, like, while you guys are traveling with the caravan, you're not going to need to worry too much about it because they've already prepped and, like, readied, you know, enough food, water, about, like, all the things that are required here for this whole trek. When you guys are venturing on your own, you will be ticking through supplies, and if you get lost in the desert, you will still have to consume supplies. So bear in mind that when you go out, you need to be prepared, because if you're not, you might end up starving to death in the desert.
Yeah, let's not do that.
There is
Yeah.
a very real possibility of you guys getting lost in the desert, and when you get lost, you consume twice as much food and water that day. So just be aware of that.
Noted.
You know what? I don't care about the watermark. This fits way better.
What you get? Hell yeah.
That's a little more in line with what
Hell
I'm looking
yeah.
for.
Okay.
Look, with that, we vibe.
Okay. But with that, I'll let you disperse. Feel free to do what you need to do. Thank you for being here. I'm really fucking excited for this campaign.
Thank you
Ever
for letting me be a
since-
part of it.
Ever since I backed this on Kickstarter about 2 years ago, I've been, like, just chomping at the bit to finally get this to a playable, like, state. And the
Yeah.
fact that it comes with its own music, it comes with its own battle maps, its own tokens. You guys are gonna get a lot of premium assets hand delivered. So, like, you run into an NPC, if I have a handout for it, it's going in the chat. So you guys will get a lot of fun here. This is a very, very interesting one. And for those that know me, Egypt is probably, like, Egyptian culture is probably one of my favorites. That and Norse. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. But that being said, you guys do still have me for another hour because my time slots are oriented around that. So if you have any questions, anything that you want to throw my way, feel free. I am really quickly just going to go fill up a drink.
Yep.
But if you guys have to do anything else, you're free.
Yeah, I don't get abysmal AC here. I use my charisma modifier instead of my dexterity modifier for calculating AC.
Wowzers.
Nice.
I'm gonna stab people.
You know, my little bag of sand is feeling pretty useless.
I'm gonna be honest, you'll be surprised. Because when it comes to that kind of stuff, yeah, your imagination is the limit.
Yeah,
with what you can
I
do with
use
it.
it. Yeah.
We are in the middle of a desert though. There's so much sand around.
Which way?
Yeah. Well, think about it this way. Now you're never gonna run out of sand.
Well, that's true. You do have infinite pocket sand.
You do have effectively infinite pocket sand.
Amazing. Alright, I just gotta fix up my AC. Nope, that's the wrong one. That should be the right one.
Okay. I am back. I have a lot of reading to do.
Wait, does it? Is it really not going to count just because? Oh, that sucks.
Oh, I need to figure out Indreli's languages from her background.
Fuck.
That's what I need to do. I might actually might need to hack you with this. Because Kayla's gone for Haunted one, just so you're aware. Which I'm sure probably
Yeah.
you've also gone for Oz.
That makes sense, honestly.
What? No, I was saying that
We're not going for
haunted
it?
one would be. No, my. I'm not going to explain the reasoning why. My character is what is called a soul channeler.
Ah! Okay.
Oh, that.
Yep.
Okay, so that's your background. Got it.
That's his background, yeah.
Yep.
There's fun stuff going on with that nobody gets to know,
I don't.
Yep.
except for obviously Kate.
Mhm.
That means
That's a homebrew background.
It's one of those things where I can make a decent guess based on the name. So,
A little bit, yeah. Though I do have a quick question.
1977.
So,
I would like
eventually,
to know
it's
what
eventually going to be
their-
right. By the way, Ray.
I would like to know what their feature is, though. There's no feature for that you sent me in that like brief picture.
Yeah, I mean, I only sent you a screenshot of it, so.
Okay.
But the main question that I have before we take off here. So I am allowed to use my charisma instead of my dexterity when it comes to calculating AC, even when I have light armor. Now,
I
this
like
comes
that.
to an issue with roll 20.
You can manually change that.
You can
I-
manually override it.
It says custom AC is not, or custom AC is, yeah, it's because I have armor on, it's not letting me use custom AC.
Oh,
Because there's no option to allow armor with custom AC. So I might just have to change my AC manually to account for it. Because I just sold everything that I can't use because of my ailment and use that to purchase studded leather.
Don't change anything. Give me a moment. Studded leather. There you are. Okay.
Yeah, it's studded leather and then charisma instead of dex. I also like that Accursed has it baked in. If I want, I could roll a sleight of hand check for when I put my ailment on someone else. Whether or not that actually, whether or not they notice.
I think I'm gonna head out. I gotta.
Yep, I'm just gonna upload my one picture here, save it, and then I'm gonna head out too.
Yeah, because we get to go to the old place. Yay! Laundry!
Yep.
Hey. We will be back.
Okay.
You'll probably all be gone, but if. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Hey,
Save it.
Wait. Serious.
Yep.
see ya.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Later.
Why is his armor class that? Okay, hold on. So, studded leather armor is 13. Well. Yeah, so just as a fun fact here, in terms of temperature, during the day, you range from 32 degrees Celsius to 43 degrees Celsius. During the night, it is -7 degrees Celsius.
That's pretty rough variation.
Yeah. So mechanically, here's the bigger point here. So characters wearing medium or heavy armor during overland travel during the day must make a DC 10 con save. If they fail, they gain a level of exhaustion. If you have resistance or immunity to fire, you do not need to make this con save. And then during the night, characters who are unprepared for the low temperature at night risk hypothermia. Locals know to carry heavy blankets, thick sleeping bags during their journeys. To avoid the danger of hypothermia while sleeping in the wasteland, you need to do 2 of the following 3. You need to have a tent or a lean-to, a sleeping bag or cold weather clothing, and a campfire or a similar source of heat. As long as you do 2 of the following, then you're fine. If you one of the necessities, you have a DC 10 con save. At the end of every hour on a failed save, you gain a level of exhaustion. Every hour. Or if the creature lacks all 3 necessities, the DC is 15 instead. Additionally, if the creature is wet, you have disadvantage.
Would we possibly be able to get that in the game chat and pinned, just so we're constantly aware of it? Yeah. That seems like something to be very aware of. And it's not like it's something we'd find out through trial and error. This is something that we'd know just by being there.
Correct. This is something that would have been told to you.
Yeah.
Sands of Doom. There you go.
So are we starting in the city, or are we starting
You
during
guys
the
are
caravan?
starting
journey?
during the caravan, so you guys have already been traveling 5 hours to the east. Essentially, the campaign will open with a little bit of a discussion. Someone's going to approach you, kind of just tell you the lay of the land and what is intentional, and then it's going to leave you open to a little bit of role play between you two, and then the first event will happen.
Right. Yeah.
So effectively, you guys will be, if I just had to shoot a random guess, probably about here during the first event.
Gotcha.
So you're not going to be very far from Alcana.
I'll be honest, I now feel like I'm about to. This is slightly metagaming, but I was originally like looking at feats to pick up, and it's like, resilience not a bad one, and getting like Constitution proficiency is really nice, and it also bumps my stat up for health. I was like, no, that's skill expert. And I was like, oh, I'll grab that instead. And so I swapped to skill expert, and I've read this again. And I've gone, no, it would make more sense, but now I feel like I'm metagaming.
Portional perception. You're fine.
Yeah.
I was looking at one of these feats is Keen Mind,
Yes.
and I feel like that would be like super helpful to have, but I feel like
Oh yeah, absolutely a very useful one.
I'll throw into perspective here, right? You as players have no additional context than what you as player characters would have.
Yeah.
So if you want to pick a feat or you want to pick a spell or something like that that like directly helps you in these circumstances, go for it. Like if you feel like that is something that your character would focus on or hone into, 100%. Like Keen Mind is just really good. And it excels at with characters who are just like constantly always being astute or constantly like picking out the little subtle things in their life, right? I feel like the Doctor 100% makes sense.
Keen Mind makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just
So
don't
if-
know how to like reevaluate what I would change.
Mm-hmm. If I had to shoot a guess, probably
Or my-
Shadow Touched, but at the same time, a Shadow Touched also like makes sense because you're like augmenting yourself, so that might have been an augment
Yeah.
that you've done, or a sorcery that you've done.
The backstory idea that my reason I can't speak common is because of some sort of failed experiment. Would I be able to start with a missing limb in exchange for another feat?
Okay.
Because there
So-
would be a point in the future when I could regain a new limb.
Yes. So the way that the flaw for feet works, I typically only allow one flaw per character.
Yeah, gotcha.
Just because otherwise it gets a little unwieldy. Like, oh, I want this flaw and this flaw and this flaw and this flaw, and it's like you have 14 feats.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna say no.
gotcha.
But if you want to, if you want to additionally self-impose the fact that you have a missing leg, and you want to give yourself disadvantage on all dexterity saving throws and your movement speed reduced by 5, I will turn that to a 3 feet flaw.
Gotcha. As a part of like, so instead of my flaw being that like
You can't
failed.
speak common.
Lost
It
my
is
thing.
a
My
failed
ex-
experiment.
my failed experiments have caused all of this, and it becomes a.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I'm 100% okay
How
with that.
how inhibiting. Well, how bad would that be? Like,
So I have not in one of the case games, but I've played a character that has no legs. The way I circumvented this was by playing the Armor Artificer, which basically lets you wear a
Yep.
full suit of armor
Yep.
that you kind of it's like a mech suit essentially, not quite a mech suit, but like
Mhm.
Iron Man suit. There we go.
Exoskeleton.
Yeah, that's how I circumvented it. But like anytime not in that armor, completely fucked. So be careful.
well, there would be a point eventually where I could get a new leg.
So
that
then
would-
that would remove your flaw. So then
Okay.
you would
Gotcha.
lose your feet then. Because the intention for the flaw is to be a
The flaw exists, and that you get the trait as a result of
Mhm.
flaw existence. Gotcha.
Correct.
Well,
Yeah, it's
how?
one of the things like resilience.
If I went with
But-
Keen- This is kind of towards Will. If I went with Keen Mind,
Mhm.
that way we could
Yeah.
explore. We would have a general idea of north. We'd know when it's gonna set, and then when I get a leg later on.
Can I for a second? Mr. Mind.
When you get
Oh,
a leg later
uh, when I get leg later on, I would then lose Keen Mind,
Yeah.
but we wouldn't be traveling through.
you could, instead of losing Keen Mind, you could also lose Shadow Touched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it could be, okay,
Um,
I've augmented myself with a human, and now, oh shit, I just lost my ability that the fucking other thing gave me.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The other thing that
What
you
a-
can do is say, yeah, I have a new leg, and it gives me those benefits, but I'm still getting used to the leg, so I still have the flaw. I still have
Yeah,
disadvantage on the thing. I still have the -5 because I'm not used to the leg yet.
That's
Gotcha.
fair. She's building into like what was going on with the character before I mentioned. He had absolutely awful stats in strength and dexterity. That was the reasoning. Literally, the armor was maybe a couple of weeks before he joined the campaign. That's when he got it. So for the entire thing, he's getting used to it, which is why his stats for that is still so incredibly low. Everything else incredibly high though. I rolled awfully on his character creation. I had a 3 and a 4 in strength and dex. Everything else was like 16 or higher, which is absurd, but very funny. But yeah, like that's how I played that. Was like, yeah, I still have the negatives because get used to it.
Yes.
So it absolutely works.
So there's a lot of opportunities, essentially, for you to kind of do what you want to do there.
Yeah, I gotcha.
also just reformatting everything here. There we go. That looks a little bit cleaner.
Hey, that's a lot nicer.
Still not the best, but fuck it.
It's readable.
What'd you do? What are you working on?
I'm posting it to
it's in-
Sands of Doom just so you guys can see the mechanics for temperature, dehydration, all that stuff.
Gotcha.
Because this would be stuff that you as
We've
as
been
your player-
informed going on the.
And then there is dehydration and heat stroke.
Oh boy,
Yeah. This is a survival game.
this is good.
And then here are your transportation of supplies and tracking supplies. And then here is how supplies being tracked works. I know it's a lot of text.
That is so much. You know what?
Don't worry too much about it, because it's not going to be anywhere near as important for you guys as it is for me.
Yeah, it's one of those just things of, hey, be aware of this, but this probably won't actually come up massively often. Like, I think dehydration, heat stroke, and the temperature stuff is all going to be more relevant to us, like, in a general.
Yes, for you, yes. The tracking supplies is something I need to deal with.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, so the way that it does, instead of like each day you check off supplies, it just states how far are you traveling, how many days does it take, do you have this many supplies? Okay, you need this many haulers. If you don't, this is your DC.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I really like that he's... Because the person who made this campaign, by the way, is Mr. Rex. If you're involved in enough D&D stuff on YouTube, he is the man who has done the What the Monster Manual Doesn't Tell You About series.
Yep.
This man knows his shit. Like, he has gone from, like, the prior reincarnation of the gods all the way to what the Monster Manual doesn't tell you about, like, Lamia, for instance. So he has a wide breadth of knowledge on this whole setting. So he knows what he's doing. He's very, like, in it. And there's even a small section in the PDF here. It's like, well, if you're using other magic or other things to kind of circumnavigate the way that these supplies work, here's how you adjudicate that. So, special magic, for instance, each spell or effect able to carry 500 pounds of weight eliminates the need for one hauler. A bag of holding, for instance, would do that. A Tensor's floating disc, for instance, would do that. A hauler's size, any huge-sized creature, such as a Triceratops, counts for 2 haulers. When used as a beast of burden, a medium-sized counts as half of a hauler. NPCs large size count as 4 haulers for creatures, for the number of supplies that they need. Huge size characters or NPCs count as 8. Small size creatures count as 1. Tiny do not need to be included in the calculation. No food or water requirement when determining whether a creature needs to be counted when calculating for supplies. What's important is whether the creature requires water or not. Any creature that needs water must be included in the calculation, even if they do not need food. The exception are haulers, which never accounted for these calculations, and then rations. If characters have ready access to a water source, like an oasis or for instance, a water bag of holding, they can freely turn any number of rations in their inventory into an equal number of traveling supply units. So he's figured out all of those, specifications. He's also figured out additions for applying with exhaustion. So a caravan moves only as fast as the slowest member. If any member in the party has at least 3 levels of exhaustion, the group's travel distance is reduced by half. So, wasteland travel pace, you have fast, normal, and slow, as per, normal D&D rules. If you're traveling fast, it's 16 miles, normal is 12 miles, slow is 8 miles. On the grid... Oh, that's beautiful. Yo, he's actually fucking calculated that. That is a combination of 8 hexes, 6 hexes, and 4 hexes in perspective. Unfortunately, these are grids, not hexes. Hold on. Let me turn the opacity way the fuck down. No, there's just no grid on this. Okay, hold on. I might need to get the other map here.
You said that the caravan was made up of a bunch of different races?
The majority of it is going to be tieflings, but yes, there's a couple different races that are included in there.
Do you have a list of all the languages that are spoken within the caravan?
I do not, unfortunately. It is going to be a combination of just everything. So there's lizard folk, there's orcs, there's gnolls, there's tieflings, there's dwarves, there's humans, there's Leonin. Basically anything that you would think of to be I don't want to say a beast of burden, but anything that would have the express capability to do just deal with the rough and external and tough terrain.
Gotcha. Can I cut off my leg for the 3 feet as you were talking about?
Yes.
And then I want to swap Shadow Touched to Keen Mind. And then I want to take on Linguist as my other thing.
Which gives you an additional 2 languages. Okay.
Gives 3 languages,
3 languages.
1 to Intelligence, and you're able to create written ciphers. Others can't decipher your code you create unless you teach them. They succeed on an intelligence... a code unless you teach them. They succeed on an intelligence check or use magic to decipher them. So they can't undo the cipher unless I teach it to them. But
fuck yeah.
This is great.
So you'll be okay. I see. So you're doing this to circumnavigate your party specifically. I like that. I love that, actually. Okay. Alright, let me get rid of Shadow Touch.
Then I can have some like background working as like an underground like doctor on like some stuff before I decided to go on a journey to learn from what's in the tomb. And I know all these languages because I was practicing on all these different creatures that came in.
Yes. Okay, so your intelligence will go down from Shadow Touch, but it goes up because of Linguist.
And then intelligence will go up one more for Keen Mind. But once you're...
Okay, that's great. I'm so glad I didn't stop the recording yet.
Yeah.
That thought process is fantastic.
Well, I did just sit here and I went through reading every single feat, trying to find
That's what you do.
what I can
Okay, so your intelligence is 16, and then Linguist. Ow. Alright. And then Linguist, your intelligence goes up one more, so you're at 17. So one more point into intelligence, and you'll have a +4 to it. Good shit. Which does also mean your first aid goes up. So you now have 4 uses of first aid.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
This is going real well.
What 3 languages are you learning?
Do you have a, like... I wasn't able to... I was looking for a list on this website of all the languages, but I have not been able to find one yet. I don't know if I'm looking in the wrong place.
I'm pretty sure there is. Let
There
me look.
should be.
I know that
I think it's under-
I know
it's-
a list does exist.
It's not under miscellaneous.
Unless, like... Otherwise, Will, if you have any ideas what languages you think might be, like, maybe a good call, or...
I can try and think of some. Hold on. I know it's not the. It's different to obviously Wikidot, but I know 5e Tools has a list somewhere.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was what I was actually just thinking about.
Yeah. It's technically set to 2024, but I'll put this in the. No, I'll just put this in this chat. That's the link to 5e Tools language page, and you can just look through there. It's just an entire list of every language. Some of these are probably going to be irrelevant to us.
Yes. So I'll scroll through and I'll help them out.
Yeah, but that's like every single list, every single language from every single book. Some of them are repeated because they simply just appear multiple times, and it might be that they've just, for example, you've got like the type is for celestial is exotic in one book and then it's standard in another, and I'm guessing it's standard because it's just in that setting or how the book is set up. It's a more standard language.
So let me look here. I will tell you exactly what will be useful here. So Null would be
I already speak Null, Elvish, Celestial, and Dwarven.
yes. So Null would be applicable. So you don't need that no more. Slot is going to be useful. I like giving the benefit to my players just so that they are aware of the thing, but I am going to let you just be aware this is technically meta knowledge. You will eventually run into a Sphinx. Being able to speak Sphinx might go really fucking good over on that. But if you think that he would have no reason to learn Sphinx, then we can postpone that. No
I mean-
worries.
How would I have learned Sphinx? Like,
Right, that's more of the question.
oh, yeah, no, I probably wouldn't have learned that.
Okay.
Um,
Don't need to worry about those. That's Mythic Odysseys of Theros. Draconic might be useful for you.
is there a language that the Amu people spoke?
That, I believe, was Abyssal.
Because
That's a
I could
fun language.
say that I learned this language knowing that
Yeah.
Don't know how useful that will be, but I've got 3 language slots to fill.
You
Yeah,
have
I'm sitting here with
freaking
2,
five,
and I need to
five,
figure this out.
technically 6 languages because you swapped common to something else, which I still think is really fucking good. Additionally, if you want, now that you have the capability to teach the cipher, if you want to get rid of Elvish Orcish or Null, or Elvish Dwarvish or Null, sorry, feel free. I will say Dwarvish is going to be useful because there's a lot of dwarves in Elkrat, so you might want to keep that one. Elvish. Elves are going to be kind of like looked down upon in this area because it's a city ruled by tieflings, which are effectively denizens of hell. They are hell elves, effectively. So knowing Elvish might be actually kind of a bit of a detriment. Leonin is, like I said, another big one. Minotaur is another big one.
What's Leonin?
So a Leonin is essentially a lion cat man. Think like Greek myth. That is a Leonin, but its script is common, so the actual writing is like regular alphabet essentially. So there is Abyssal. A little bit here. So there are orcs, there are dwarves. Dwarves are known for their firearms. Ogres have bone wielding. Metal is forbidden for orcs. They bond with dinosaurs, apparently, which is interesting. There are minotaurs here. There are jackal wares.
As a surgeon, I can cut other species' arms off and put it on people, right? I
Technically,
can see you laughing. I would like to learn Minotaur.
So you have, at some point, found a dead individual, and you have grafted a Minotaur's voice box to yourself. That's creepy.
I love this. I'm getting massive like Pathfinder Fleshwolf vibes the more you talk about this character.
Lizard folk is another one. I think it might be Infernal is a big one for tieflings.
You were against me learning Inferno because it kind of
Yes.
navigated the
Yes.
common.
Yes. Thank you for catching me on that. I'm kind of just going through the list here. That's the people of Kirat.
I'm realizing as I'm adding stuff into my equipment, I'm like adding things to the companion, and it's got weights with it. What are we doing for encumbrance? And stuff like that.
So encumbrance, we're using variant encumbrance. So effectively,
Right.
just don't Grand Theft Auto me. Don't pull a rocket launcher out of your asshole.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah,
If I go to your inventory and I'm like, so you're carrying a rake, a chainsaw, 6 bags, a backpack, a campsite. Where are you hearing all this?
Should there be a backpack in my inventory?
Yes, it is a part of
Yeah.
your scholar's pack.
Well, I mean, should it be listed in my item names?
No, it is your scholar's pack.
Oh,
Your scholar's
scholar's
pack is
pack.
a backpack with all of the stuff in it.
yeah.
Where was I going with this? Well, I mean, okay, Scholar's Pack. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, I see it now. I'm following.
Yep.
Sorry.
No worries, no worries. I'm just trying to find what the fuck, what they spoke.
Oh,
'Cause it
and
says that. Another really big thing. Slavery is a thing.
Yep.
You will see a lot of it. There are people that are literally just born into being slaves just because of the nature of where they were. This city is ruled by the wealth. There is no government. It is just one bitch holds more gold than the next 30 people combined. So she is She is God. She is government.
What language does she speak?
Infernal.
I suppose common.
She is a tiefling. But yes, she just speaks common. Let's see.
I am so interested to see how my character is going to interact with tieflings as well. Not necessarily because of like who they are, but more of how tieflings may see her.
There we go. Anubian language. Anubian and Knoll are the same. Any reference to one is treated as the other. So it is Knoll.
Gotcha. I already know that. So.
Correct. So keeping that is useful. And that honestly makes really good sense. So I was correct in what I gave Oz, because the spear that he has was originally from the ancient times, and it parted his transcendence of knowledge down to him. So makes sense for you both to know that, which is great. But then you have Abyssal, which is Demons of the Abyss. Sign language.
Isn't sign language just common?
Technically, yes. So again, yeah. That would
But I
keep
don't. I have no comprehension of common, so I wouldn't be able.
Correct. I love that you're
'Cause I
catching
think
me
I
on
did-
things I can't. Goblins, gnomes, giants would be useless here. Halflings would be useless. Orcish?
Are there a lot of orcs?
Yes.
There. Sure, we can go.
Orcs is
Okay.
a subsect of what they consider beast folk. So there is tieflings, humans and dwarves, and then beast folk.
Okay.
That is effectively how they have grouped everyone else together.
Gotcha.
But like with beast folk, they speak a hybridization of Common and Sylvan, I believe. But if you learn like a specific beast folk language, that would go miles for them specifically.
Okay. But what are those languages called? Or like which? Because, I mean, sure, why not? I wonder one of those languages. So if there's ever a situation, but
Generally speaking, the beast folk speak a language they call Thuron, which is a form of Abyssal, with hundreds of regional variations depending on the group of beast folk that speaks it. So those fluent in Abyssal understand Thuron. So if you want to be focused on beast folk, Thuron. So Abyssal. That would be
Gotcha.
great for you. And then, honestly, with your last one, if you want to just pick one particular beast folk, apart from orcs. So there's lizard folk, there's harpies, there's jackal wares, there's minotaurs, which you already know, there's orcs, dwarves.
I already know Dwarven.
Yeah, so you've got a good chunk of the beast folk and the dwarves and the humans here. Honestly, I would just pick whichever one seems the most interesting for you.
What's Thieves' Cant?
So Thieves' Cant is unfortunately rare, so you can't learn that unless something tells you you get it specifically.
Oh.
But
I see that.
Thieves' Cant is you wouldn't be able to do it anyway because it's common. So Thieves' Cant is a thieves guild language that uses common as a way to hide true intentions or true meaning.
Like Cockney slang.
I don't know.
Do you know what Cockney slang is?
No.
I know Will knows what he is because he's laughing, but gotcha. Never mind.
But effectively, like, instead of saying, like, hey, do you have the gold for tonight that you robbed from that one place? It might be like, hey, yo, my watch is a little bit broken. Do you think I should just give it to the seller?
Yep. So it's like
It's-
Cockney slang.
Okay.
That's essentially
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it's
So
a whole,
I was-
whole different aspect of speaking, but means the same stuff.
Yeah, no, I've never considered it that way, but you pointed that out. Yeah, no, it really is.
Oh lord.
I don't know. At the moment, I have Dwarven, Celestial, Null, Elvish, Abyssal, Minotaur, or all of my slots filled, but
Damn. Yeah. Fuck it, if you just want to stick with that, that all makes sense to me, honestly. Because I was gonna say, like, Giant isn't probably gonna come up at all. Gnomish, Goblin, Halfling, they're too weak to exist here. Sylvan is effectively Elvish, so you kind of have a branch of that already. Abyssal is rare, but I'll let it slide, obviously, because it's an extension of what Beast Folk is, so it wouldn't be rare for this setting. The real only other one that I could even, like, lobby for would be either Leonin or Draconic. But that's because those are ancient civilizations that have kind of, like, disapparated. So, like, if you go to a ruin, you might encounter either of those two. But
Gotcha.
it's not going to be anywhere near as prominent as the ones you already have. Also, the fact that you have 3 beast folk languages specifically, oh, this is going to go great. You're gonna walk into like an orc tribe and they're gonna be speaking like the broken abyssal, and you're gonna just go straight into Orcish, and they're just gonna be like, "Oh, I understand us, yeah." That's fantastic.
should I add those on there, or the
Uh,
Abyssal, Minotaur, and Orcish?
Yeah, go for it.
Did you, did you already change stuff?
I gave you. I got rid of. I got rid of common, and I gave you null.
Linguist?
Yeah, linguist I've already given you. So you have Minotaur. If I could spell right, Mino.
And then, is there somewhere you want to write that I'm missing a leg? Or...
We'll do a feat for you.
So
Is that-
the way the way I've done it for the for your other game page is I have actually written in my features and traits the floor for feat that I've got,
Yes.
and like all of the debilitations it gives me. So you would probably do the same thing and put all the debilitations that your floor gives you, and then in there I've also got like the amount of feats it gives me,
Yes.
and I've like list them.
So there's Minotaur. You chose Orcish, and you chose. What was the last one?
Minotaur, Orcish, Abyssal?
Abyssal, thank you. Okay, that's in. And then we can give you an extra one. Let me switch it to the top just so it's present. What do you want to name it?
Name what?
Your flaw.
Oh, oh. There'll be something about experiments going wrong, but experimental mistakes.
Experimental mishaps.
Yeah, self-experimental mishaps. And that would be that I can't speak common and that I'm missing a leg.
Cannot speak.
Or comprehend common.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Comprehend common. I'm also gonna add abyssal. Or not abyssal, infernal. Cannot comprehend. There we go. And missing a leg. In parentheses, disadvantage Dex saves, and -5 speed. Okay. That is the simplest flaw that anyone in any of my campaigns has ever done. But, like, holy hell.
It's gonna have such a big impact on like everything.
And the 3 feats that you've taken.
Observant, keen mind, and linguist.
Observant. Keen mind. And linguist. There you go. Oh my god. This is gonna be fantastic. The fact that you're a human too is just like the better of it as well, because you're just like, I am the most.
Well, I got one of my feats from being what did I get as the feat for being a variant human?
Yeah.
Well, which one did I pick? I don't remember which.
So you have observant, keen mind, linguist. Wait, yeah, you should have another one. Hold on.
Was it resilient? I think I picked.
Yes. Thank you. Source type. This is your race. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so you got proficiency in... What'd you choose? Wisdom saves? Yeah. Good lord. Oh, holy hell. So instead of rolling disadvantage, I'm just going to say you have a -5 to your dex saves. Make life easier, because that's effectively, like, the same thing.
Yeah.
And then that way, if someone gives you advantage, like, it can actually give you advantage, rather than be debilitating and you can only get a straight roll ever. Okay, so you know Celestial, Gnoll, Dwarvish, Elvish, Minotaur, Orcish, and Abyssal. But you have no comprehension of Common.
Or Infernal.
And you cannot learn Infernal.
It's gonna be super awkward if I ever find myself by myself.
Yeah. Because, like, the other... One thing that's also, like, really, really funny here, right, is you have unintentionally done something as well. And, well, I don't know if you picked up on this. I know you can't, like, see it in front of you.
There's a few bits I'm kind of, like, piecing together,
So,
I think.
Celestial, Dwarvish, Elvish, Abyssal, right? Those are effectively using... I don't want to say the common tongue, but, like, anyone can make these sounds. Anyone can learn these through, you know, trial and error. It's not something that, like, you have to physically own or be already present in your species in order to do. Then you have Minotaur, Gnoll, and Orcish, which you can make the sounds, but it's gonna sound horrendous. That's like a human trying to make a cat sound, right? Your voice box doesn't work for that. But the fact that you said you've grafted a Minotaur's voice box into your body means that you now have the physical capability to mimic Minotaur, Knoll, and Orcish because they all use the same aspects.
It's so good.
Jesus Christ. This is a very, very interesting character. And I love it so much. You also learn a thing here.
Oh, it was one of the. Can I swap my scholar pack for a diplomat pack?
Yeah, you want to switch that?
Oh, yeah.
I have no
I
issues
feel like
with that.
the. I don't really like have any ideas for the scholar pack, the stuff that's in it,
Mm-hmm.
in my head. Whereas the diplomat pack seems like it'd be more useful.
Makes
Flasks
more
of
sense.
oil, maps and scrolls, fine clothes.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, the doctor does not start you with armor. Noted. Oh, that's funny. Okay.
You know, I was gonna ask about that earlier because I was gonna ask where my armor class comes from.
Yeah, so your armor class is 10 plus your dex mod. By default.
Gotcha.
When you apply armor to it, so if you apply light armor to it, it just gives you a default number that replaces
But I-
the 10. So instead of 10
But I
plus
don't
dex-
currently have any armor.
Correct. So it would be like 11 plus dex, 12 plus dex, so on and so forth. Medium armor is the same thing. It gives you a base number. You add your dex. But if your dexterity modifier goes higher than 2, you can only add plus 2. Like if you have a dexterity mod of 5, for instance, it's only plus 2 when you're wearing medium. And then heavy armor does not take into consideration your dex. It just gives you an armor class.
Gotcha.
Effectively, you're not trying to dodge blows, you're trying to absorb the blows.
Yep.
But yes, you currently do not have any armor, so that will be something that you're going to need to either find or buy. But also, just because of who you are, you're probably going to stay out of the fights mostly, and kind of just tend to people on the sidelines. So
Yep.
you shouldn't be getting chunked. We'll have to see.
I also love the slightly fucked up nature of 3 of the characters. There's a real possibility that this goes in a slightly different direction, knowing how this can potentially end from what we've talked about before. I don't want to say anything because one's still recording and 2, I can't remember who else you've discussed it with. Because I know you've told me in great detail how this story can go. Not in too much detail, but the directions it can take. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh, this is. I'm even more excited for this campaign now, just knowing what you guys are doing. This is why I love being a DM, because I can have the story and pretenses all set up, but once the characters get involved, it's never gonna do anything. It's like the old saying in war, no plan ever survives contact with the enemy. No D&D campaign survives contact with the players. I can have a concept of where to go, but if I start putting in any details, once you guys make your characters and start shoehorning stuff, nope, it ain't fucking
I think that's the
happening.
nature of the people that play D&D is the cause of that.
You might be right on that, actually. Oh god.
Did you swap this stuff over? I feel like I saw some stuff change
Yes, I have yet to change your.
from the Scholars Pack to the Diplomat Pack.
Correct. So let me get rid of the Scholars Pack. and then swing in the diplomats. There you go. That is now included. Right.
Does that? Where does like the small knife bottle of black ink come from?
That is your background. That is you as a sage.
Ooh, gotcha.
Yeah. I do not know why those are given as individual items, and then the diplomat pack is just the pack.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know why D&D does it that way. Technically, if you want to, you can open the diplomat pack and put everything individually into your inventory. And you just do that by hitting the plus and then typing it in.
Oh, and then you would add each item.
And then just delete the diplomat's pack if that's what you want to do. Just so you are aware of what you
Uh,
have.
Maybe later on when I start using items, I'll do that.
Okay. Letter from a dead colleague that you have not... posing a question that you have yet been able to answer. Do you want that letter to just be written in common so you literally can't fucking answer it?
That would be perfect, yeah.
Fantastic. So I'm going to come up with the nature of what the question is.
Also, I'm going to send something to TK, which this will show off in like the actual first session. Ages ago, I got a girlfriend to put together a symbol based on Saloon and Shah's like
Oh.
symbols, which is what I use as the holy symbol on Indreli's shield.
Okay. Yeah.
And that is what I've got. I'll share that with everyone else once we actually get to the party, and I'm describing her character.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That is very well done.
Yeah.
Yes. I will try and come up with a name and streamline the background based on what we've talked about
100%.
and come up with a picture for next week.
I am also, just over the
I will
week
send that to you.
Yeah,
Well, once I have it all together, I'll send it to you, and you can vet that everything there's no mishaps or whatnot.
Awesome. I love this. Just from me also knowing what Oz is doing and what Ray is doing, because I know that class, I know the subclass. And then with what Will and I have talked about, I'm very curious to see what you end up doing with that. This is going to be a fucking epic campaign. You guys somehow, in 4 players, have covered everything that you possibly need to. No one is stepping on anyone's toes, extremely. You guys have a really good tank in the form of Andrelli. You guys have 2 really good DPS, one that's melee, one that's hybrid, consistent DPS, and one that's an ambush. And then you have one of the best support classes in the game. You guys have, I don't want to say min-max, but you guys have specialized in who's good at strength, who's good at dex, who's good at con, who's good at intelligence, who's good at wisdom, who's good at charisma. You guys have almost all of the languages that you're going to require for this campaign. The doctor being a skill monkey has not hurt you in any way, shape, or form. I think the only thing you guys as a group are missing are animal handling and performance. But I don't think that, apart from animal handling, that might be useful. I don't think you're going to be performing for anyone anytime soon. I am very excited. This is going to be epic. But yeah, anything you come up with, feel free to DM me. If you have any questions or issues or anything that is hey, this is something that I had in mind, how does this work in terms of the narrative? 100% go for that too. Once I finish reading the vast majority of the stuff that I wasn't able to already, I'll put up a little summary of what everyone is aware of that I haven't already told you guys, and I'll throw it into the chat as well. Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you have fun.
Yeah.
another person into the TTRPG space. So thank you, Will, for inviting him.
Yeah, of course. It was a fun conversation that was had, and yeah, led to inviting. So it's what it is.
Yeah.
Right.